it would go about the way it did. So no surprises. The big boys are still around, and we hope that continues because Alabama is one of the top teams in the best conference in the country, and hopefully they'll be able to prove that here this afternoon.
On Monday night, you'll hear a conversation with Coach Nate Oates on Hey Coach, presented by Alpha Insurance. The show will be live from Baumhower's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa from 6 until 7. Obviously, we hope we're not there. Hopefully, our part of it will be done from Newark, New Jersey. That's a sentence I've never uttered before in my life. But I hope to be in Newark on Monday and talking to you with Coach Oates about the Crimson Tide in the Sweet 16. But got to take care of business this weekend first regardless. Hey Coach comes your way Monday night, 6 o'clock from Baumhower's Victory Grill. When we come back, Tom Stipe takes a look at what's going on today around the league in the tournament. The Alabama Power scoreboard update is next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Sports bring us together. The sickness can keep us apart. Don't miss out on what matters most. Vaccines help keep you in the stands while we are on the court.
A run out. And the jam by Terry Reed.
Staying up to date on your vaccines, including for respiratory viruses, keeps you in the game, protecting yourself and those around you. Be here, be healthy. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM for more information.
Guthrie's Golden Fried Chicken Fingers, an Alabama tailgate tradition. Founded in Haleyville, Alabama in 1965, Guthrie's has been a Bama fan favorite for years. From your hometown to college towns all around, Guthrie's is still serving the family's original Southern fried chicken recipe just like always, fresh, hot, and fast. Make Guthrie's Golden Fried Chicken Fingers the MVP of your next tailgate. Guthrie's, America's original chicken finger restaurant and now an official partner of the Alabama Crimson Tide. For franchise information, visit Guthrie'sChicken.com.
Coleman Coliseum gives the Tide a big home court advantage. When it comes to your home, count on Tri-Green Equipment to give you a big tried-and-true advantage with our lineup of John Deere equipment. From riding mowers, compact utility tractors, gators, to large agricultural equipment, they've got serious game. Plus, the tried-and-true Tri-Green team is always there when you need an assist. Stop by one of our locations or visit TriGreenEquipment.com. Proud sponsors of Alabama Crimson Tide basketball.
Craving a cold, refreshing cocktail to enjoy during the game? We thought so. Crack open a can of Club Tales, the OG cocktail in a can. Club Tales is 10% alcohol and packed with delicious flavor to fuel your team spirit. Why waste time mixing ingredients when you could grab a sunny margarita, screwdriver, or Bahama Mama that's ready to drink? Hype your game day with Club Tales, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Find your closest cooler at clubtales.com. Must be 21 years of age or over. Moderation is the best action.
Medical Properties Trust is proud to support the Alabama Crimson Tide, supporting our athletes, helping them learn skills like teamwork and perseverance will serve them the rest of their lives. MPT helps hospital operators around the world unlock the value of real estate to invest in people, technology, and achieve long-term growth. Medical Properties Trust, at the very heart of healthcare.
Favorite jeans, favorite shirt. Got Connecticut sausage and I'm firing it up. Yeah, everybody knows that's how I get my grill on. You can smell that flavor up and down the road. It's a little taste of heaven, and everybody knows that's how I get my grill on. Connecticut sausage. It's just a little taste of heaven.
This is Tom Stipe with your first Alabama Power scoreboard of the day. Alabama Power for a better Alabama. We're in Cleveland for the first round of the NCAA tournament. East Regional, one SEC team already on the floor warming up as well. Also in the East Regional playing in Raleigh, 8th Mississippi State will face the number 9 seed Baylor. Other SEC teams in action later today. 10 seed Vandy will face number 7 St. Mary's following our game here in Cleveland. With a win, Bama would get that winner. Ole Miss, the 6th seed in the South, will face 11 North Carolina. Number 1 West seed Florida will face 16 Norfolk State. Midwest Kentucky 3 will try another Alabama team, the Troy Trojans. And the 8-9 in the West has 8 Oklahoma facing 2-time defending champ UConn. Bama, of course, the 2 seed in the West. On our next scoreboard, we'll take a closer look at the East. We'll have more on Bama and Robert Morris when we come back. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek, Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek, Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sports bring us together. The sickness can keep us apart. Don't miss out on what matters most. Vaccines help keep you in the stands while we are on the court.
And the jam by Tara Reid.
Staying up to date on your vaccines, including for respiratory viruses, keeps you in the game, protecting yourself and those around you. Be here, be healthy. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM for more information.
Let's go. Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Convenience is the name of the game at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University. Located on Veterans Memorial Parkway, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University offers just the right amenities for a relaxing getaway or a productive business trip. The University of Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Coleman Coliseum, and the Bryant Conference Center are within 2 miles, making any visit to the Capstone convenient. Whatever you're visiting Tuscaloosa for, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University is the perfect hotel destination and a proud preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy, with only simple ingredients: water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar, or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect's not easy.
Time to look at our quick game facts for this NCAA tournament. First round matchup between Alabama and Robert Morris. And it's brought to you by Club Tales with 13 original flavors. Club Tales is the original cocktail in a can. Pick one up at your local convenience store or learn more at clubtales.com. Alabama, the #2 seed against 15th seeded Robert Morris, coached by Andy Toole in his 15th year at RMU. 252 and 240 is his record. He'll be facing a Crimson Tide team led by Nate Oates in his 6th year at the University of Alabama. 142 and 62. We had COVID his first year. Didn't have an NCAA tournament every season since. Coach Oates has taken the Tide to the NCAAs. His career mark now 238 and 105 in 10 seasons as a head coach. Mark Sears leads Bama in scoring and assists. The first team AP All-American, averaging 18.7 and 4.9 in those two categories. And Grant Nelson at 7.6 rebounds leads Alabama in that column. The Colonials are led by Cam Woods. The Birmingham native is their top scorer at 15 points a game. Alvaro Folgueras leads them in rebounding at 9.1, and Woods with 5.1 assists leads them as well. 26-8 is the record for Robert Morris with a 15-5 record in the horizon this year. Bama is 25-8, having gone 13-5 in the Southeastern Conference. We look at Who's Healthy Now, presented by Prestige Systems, which helps rural hospitals stay local and open in Alabama, providing professional IT solutions, cost savings, and elevating healthcare standards. Learn more at PrestigeSystems.com. Prestige Systems, we help your hospital help you. Grant Nelson listed as available for today's game. He is going through pregame warm-ups. He is dressed. He looks as though he's ready to go. We'll see if indeed we see Grant in today's ball game. Also, great to have Darion Reed back and available. This will be his third game available for the Crimson Tide, and hopefully we'll be able to see some good minutes in this ball game as he comes back from an injury that sidelined him for better than a month. When we come back, Roger Hoover has your Bama Hardwood profile and an Alabama athletics update, and then it'll be my conversation with head coach Nate Oates, brought to you by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. We're back to Cleveland in just a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Build Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Domino's delivers game day across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned in Tuscaloosa for 30-plus years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama basketball and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Just visit RollDomino's.com. Thanks for your business and Roll Tide.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regents Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big Roll Tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Are you tired of dealing with multiple bills for your hospital's telecommunication needs? Say goodbye to the hassle with Prestige HealthNet. We use our own money to resolve all your issues, delivering superior internet, cybersecurity, phones, TVs, and more. Plus, enjoy the convenience of a single monthly bill without any upfront expenses. Simplify your hospital's IT infrastructure with Prestige HealthNet. Visit our website, prestigehealthnet.com, or call us at 251-517-4411 to learn more.
You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live courtside cam, episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus Hey Coach. Our YouTube shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes and coaches that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Alabama Crimson Tide. This Bama Hardwood Profile is presented by Everwood Treatment Company, the official treated lumber of Alabama athletics. Everwood, wood treated right. Hello again, everybody. I'm Roger Hoover. Alabama women's basketball is back in the NCAA tournament for the third consecutive season and for the fourth time in the last 5 years under the direction of head coach Christy Curry. Alabama is number 5 seed coming up in this year's Big Dance, and coming up on Saturday, the Crimson Tide will play in the first round against the Horizon League champion and number 12 seed Green Bay Phoenix. Tip-off from College Park, Maryland is scheduled for 12:30 p.m. Central, with our coverage in the network starting at 12:15 p.m. With a win, Alabama would either face the number 4 seed Maryland Terrapins on their home floor on Monday, or in an upset, Norfolk State, a team that Alabama defeated earlier this season. For more information, log on to RolledTide.com and follow us on the Crimson Tide Sports Network social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Bama fans, no one gets you closer to the game than SiriusXM SEC Radio. Tune in for news, talk, and analysis. From the regular season straight through the postseason, we've got your team covered anywhere you go. SiriusXM SEC Radio. When we come back, you'll hear Chris Stewart's pregame conversation with the head coach of the Crimson Tide, Nate Oates. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Do you want to party? Do you want to dance?
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek, Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek, Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Prestige HealthNet is helping rural hospitals stay local and stay open in Alabama. We use our own money to improve your hospital's IT infrastructure by delivering superior internet, cybersecurity, phones, TVs, and more. Prestige HealthNet brings professional solutions to rural hospitals, saving costs and elevating healthcare standards. For more information about Prestige HealthNet, visit us online at prestigehealthnet.com. Prestige HealthNet. We help your hospital help you.
The Planet Fitness Black Card is packed with perks, not like other gyms.
Hi, can I bring a friend to work out? Oh, okay. Is my membership good at other locations? Okay. Do you have any other amenities?
But at Planet Fitness, the PF Black Card gets you tons of perks. Bring a friend for free anytime. Access to any of our 2,500 plus locations. Relax in the hydro massage and so much more. The Planet Fitness Black Card. Join now for just $24.99 a month. See Home Club for details.
Are you sick of pretending to like boring hard seltzers that leave you feeling bloated? Tired of drinking the same old light beer? No time to make a mixed drink with all those complicated ingredients? Then it's time for you to try something different. Beatbox is now an official sponsor of Alabama and the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Packing an 11.1 APV punch, each Beatbox is bursting with delicious flavors. Beatbox is gluten-free, low sugar, and resealable, so you can always take the party on the go. There ain't no party like a Beatbox party. Roll Tide. Please drink responsibly. Must be 21.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Medical Properties Trust is proud to support the Alabama Crimson Tide, supporting our athletes, helping them learn skills like teamwork and perseverance will serve them the rest of their lives. MPT helps hospital operators around the world unlock the value of real estate to invest in people, technology, and achieve long-term growth. Medical Properties Trust, at the very heart of healthcare.
Chris Stewart back with you with the head coach of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Coach Nate Oates, and our conversation is always brought to you by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. Coach, fun time. It's here. We've got everything else out of the way, and those are all special moments throughout the season, but now here we are with March Madness, the dance, and it's one I know that has a lot of memories and one that you're hoping to make new ones with right now.
Yeah, for sure. We got a good group of guys. You know, we made the run last year. That was a great run. You know, guys are back off that team, hoping to make a deeper run. You've got to come ready to play in the first round, as you've seen even from day one. It happens every year. There's upsets happen. Teams aren't ready to play. They don't play the best basketball. And I don't want to put the pressure on the guys that we have to play our best basketball, but we've got to give max effort. We've got to be the hardest playing team out there. We've got to be the team making the tough plays, be the team playing for each other more than the other team. And if we get open shots and we miss them, we just crash and get on the old boards. We're going to welcome a little bit of adversity, try to face a little adversity, probably a little bit better than what we did in the second half of that Florida game, hopefully.
How much does it help you to sincerely deliver that message to your team, knowing that you've been on the side of Robert Morris and you've actually faced them before?
Yeah, I've talked about that a little bit with my guys, reference what the conversations were like at Buffalo, what our thought process was, what we did. After the first 4 minutes, we felt like we were the harder playing team, when we played at Arizona. So we just come in first 4 minutes today. We need Robert Morris going to their bench, thinking that they're not going to play harder than us. So yeah, we definitely reference that.
I got to ask a question about Grant Nelson because he obviously is such a major focal point of not just your team, but the whole tournament. Keeps its eyes on the veteran who was such a huge part of last year.
Yeah, he was a big part of that run. He's going to be dressed, warm up with the team, available to play if needed. So we'll see where that takes us.
Coach, let's talk about your opponent in Robert Morris and a talented team that really has that talent spread throughout its roster, doesn't it?
No, they're good. I mean, Cam Woods is their leading scorer. Fulgaris was the Rising Player of the Year. Dickerson was the Horizon Defensive Player of the Year, so they've got 3 different guys that are elite in different roles, and that's not that common, to be honest with you. So, and then they've got some shooters go around them, so we've got our work cut out to guard them. I do think we're a little deeper, obviously. Depending on how much Grant can actually end up playing, may cut into our depth. And Dariana hasn't played a whole lot lately, but he did look good in practice the last week, so hopefully we can get him out there for some quality minutes, and I think he's got some good matchups in this game, but use our depth and try to run these guys. I mean, they've played one high major team all year. It was their first game of the year against West Virginia, so now some of these players, Cam Woods transferred from NC State high major, they've obviously played against guys like us, but as a whole, I don't know if they played a team as talent as deep as us, and we need to be the hardest playing team out there because they've got some talent, but not to the level with the depth that we do.
Coach, you're 5 straight years now in the NCAA tournament. It's been a while since that's happened at the University of Alabama. Has that fact had a chance to, I guess, settle on you and you able to appreciate yet the significance of that, or too much going on?
I mean, we're trying to win games in the tournament. We probably start using that in recruiting pitches, maybe, I don't know, but the guys we're getting, I don't think care if you made it 5 straight years. They care about going to Final Fours and winning national championships. So that's what we're trying to do now. We've got the program to a level where just making the tournament's not enough. We expect to make deep runs, and that's what we're trying to do. And you can't make a deep run if you don't take care of business in game 1. So that's what we got to do today.
Thank you for the time and good luck today.
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. Coach Nate Oates with us on our Bromberg's pregame interview, again brought to you by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. More coming up in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield. Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner of the Tide family for 67 years. The South's original potato chip Golden Flake Snacks are delicious fan favorites because they're crafted from traditional Southern recipes. From crispy, perfectly flavored potato chips to light and airy pork rinds and fluffy, cheesy cheese puffs, Golden Flake Snacks are a winning combination with Alabama basketball. Share Golden Flake Snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple, Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood offers top-notch pressure-treated wood for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. When it comes to quality, we're on the winning team. Visit your local Everwood dealer today and discover the difference for yourself. Everwood Preserving Incorporated, the official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Ever wondered what a 30-foot tall pistachio looks like? A giant redwood or Big Sur? Chevron with Techron will be there to help you see them and tons of other places you have to see to believe. Because with unbeatable mileage and a clean engine, cars feel great. So next time you want to fill up on a little adventure, an awkward family photo, or a new commute to work, make sure to fill up at Chevron's along the way. Your car and your memories will thank you. Chevron with Techron, fueled by possibility.
Coleman Coliseum gives the Tide a big home court advantage. When it comes to your home, count on Tri-Green Equipment to give you a big tried-and-true advantage with our lineup of John Deere equipment. From riding mowers, compact utility tractors, gators, to large agricultural equipment, they've got serious game. Plus, the tried-and-true Tri-Green team is always there when you need an assist. Stop by one of our locations or visit TriGreenEquipment.com. Proud sponsors of Alabama Crimson Tide basketball.
Get deals on a new Toyota that feel like... Visit your local Toyota dealer for the Ready, Set, Go event. Get $1,750 in bonus lease cash on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5. Offer valid through March 31st, 2025. Offer entitled $1,750 bonus lease cash on the lease of a new and untitled 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5 gas vehicle. Bonus cash may be used only toward down payment or capitalized cost reduction on the new vehicle. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
Hey Bama fans, this is Roger Hoover. Each Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics, with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR.
This is Tom Stipe with your Alabama Power Scoreboard Update. Alabama Power for a better Alabama, and proud to support the Crimson Tide. First game of the day about to get started also in the East Regional. Number 8, Mississippi State will face the 9 seed Baylor. With a win today, Bama would get the winner of the East Regional game following ours. 7 seed St. Mary's against the 10 seed Vanderbilt. East Regional games yesterday offered a possible glimpse into the future. The 3 seed Wisconsin defeated 14 Montana 85-66. BYU, the 6 seed, advanced, defeating 11 VCU 80-71. So Wisconsin and BYU will play their second round game on Saturday in Denver. 2 wins here in Cleveland. Bama gets the winner of that one in the Sweet 16. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Brian and Chris will have more on Bama and Robert Morris coming right up. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
The Alabama Education Association is the member-driven voice of Alabama's education employees. AEA members are teachers, education support professionals, administrators, professors, future teachers, and education retirees. Joining the Alabama Education Association has never been easier. Use their new online membership for a fast, safe, and secure way to join today. Visit myaea.org to learn more.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek, Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek, Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sports bring us together. The sickness can keep us apart. Don't miss out on what matters most. Vaccines help keep you in the stands while we are on the court.
And the champ by Tara Reid.
Staying up to date on your vaccines, including for respiratory viruses, keeps you in the game, protecting yourself and those around you. Be here, be healthy. Visit Alabama Public Health SEC.gov/IMM for more information.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SEC Radio, there is complete coverage of every school in the conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See all for details at SiriusXM.com/SEC Sports.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood offers top-notch pressure-treated wood for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. When it comes to quality, we're on the winning team. Visit your local Everwood dealer today and discover the difference for yourself. Everwood Preserving Incorporated, the official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Barbecue season is back. Hey, it's Ellen. And this is Sarah Beth. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is that zesty barbecue sauce. I love that it was a little sweet, a little tangy, and with the mac and cheese, I feel like I tasted the brown sugar bacon first. It was the absolute best combination. Pro tip, 3 sandwiches are always better than 1.
Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and our Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Welcome back, everybody, to Rocket Arena, the home of the Cleveland Cavaliers and the site of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. The Alabama Crimson Tide making its 25th appearance in NCAA men's basketball history. And today, they'll try to advance to the round of 32 as they take on the Colonials of Robert Morris University. With Brian Pasick, I'm Chris Stewart. We take a look at the little things presented by Chick-fil-A. Score big with the Chick-fil-A app this season. Your game day favorites are just a click away. Eat more chicken and roll Tide. Brian Pasick, what are those little things on the offensive end of the floor that will get Bama into the second round?
Well, it starts with pace of play for Alabama, the fastest team in college basketball. Sometimes it's a little harder in the NCAA tournament to play with the same pace you do in the regular season, but Alabama wants to get out and run. Also, rim decisions important for this Alabama team all year long, but especially against this Robert Morris team. They've got one of the best shot blockers at the mid-major level in the country. Amarion Dickerson is the Horizon Defensive Player of the Year. He leads their conference in block shots. He's 6'7", really athletic, great timing, has a knack for blocking shots. This is a really good shot blocking team as a whole in the Colonials. Alabama's got to do a good job with rim decisions. This is a Colonials team that doesn't necessarily create a lot of turnovers off steals, but they get deflections, they get stops in that way. Alabama's got to make good decisions at the rim, whether to finish or kick it to open shooters at the three-point line.
Let's take a look at Bama without Grant Nelson, if they don't have him available for today's ball game. How much does that change things?
Well, the good thing is Alabama has depth at that position. Now, if Grant doesn't play in this game, and as Nate Oates has said, he's available, that doesn't necessarily mean he's going to play. It means that he is available, which is a great sign that he's healthy enough to be cleared, and you got to make a decision on that. Hopefully, there's a game on Sunday that he'll be able to play in, and we may see him here this afternoon. But you've got guys like Mo Diabate, who has been really productive for this Alabama team on both ends of the floor. And I think with what Robert Morris does on the offensive end, Alvaro Fulcaris, their league player of the year, 6'9", can play inside and out. She's 42% from the three-point line, a highly skilled big man. Mo Diabate would be a good matchup on him. Grant Nelson obviously would as well, but Mo Diabate, Jaron Stevenson, and you've got other guys that can step up. And this Alabama team started off as one of the deepest teams in the country, and because of injury and Alabama not quite as deep, but you have a lot of versatility within this lineup. You've got Darian Reed back. Hopefully he can play, give this team versatility. You can go big, you can go small. I think how the game is played will dictate that. But Nate Oates has options at the power forward position. The only challenge is, or one of the challenges is the best player in the horizon is a position that Grant Nelson would normally guard. So we'll see if he plays. If he doesn't, other guys are going to have to step up.
When we come back, we'll take a look at things on the defensive end of the floor that Bama needs. The keys to victory are presented by Ford. We'll have those for you when we come back. We're about 25 minutes away from tip. Alabama taking on Robert Morris in the first round of the NCAA men's basketball tournament here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek, Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek, Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy, with only simple ingredients: water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar, or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect, not easy.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again, and it's time to hoop it up at Baumhauer's Victory Grill with our Slam Dunk specials. It's nothing but net with a pound of our world-famous wings. Tip it off with our party-ready trays, including traditional wings, buttermilk fried chicken tenders, and hot lips, to name a few. Want a cold beer with those wings? How about $7.99 pitchers of Yingling served all day, 7 days a week? Break out those brackets and bring the gang to the best watch party place in town, Baumhauer's Victory Grill, the true king of wings.
Being a Chevron car these days has been quite the adventure. Miami to Seattle, ocean to ocean. I've stopped at so many states and collected so many bumper stickers. Sometimes I feel like a moving passport book. It's just so great what I can do with Chevron with Techron, because it gives me unbeatable mileage and keeps my engine clean. Plus, there are so many Chevrons along the way. Now the only thing I'm worried about is where to go next and where to put all my new bumper stickers. Chevron with Techron, fueled by possibility.
Don't let pests invade your home this season. Give them the full court press by calling Cook's Pest Control. Cook's proven pest control methods and Centricron termite control system protect your home from unwanted pests and are backed by a 110% guarantee. Nobody is more thorough, courteous, or on time, except maybe me, Mark Sears. Trust Cook's Pest Control, the South's most trusted name in pest control for over 90 years.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Always a good sign when you see familiar faces at the NCAA tournament. Representing the men's basketball committee, the athletic director at Samford University, and a guy who grew up wearing a lot of Bama gear as a child, Martin Newton, the son of the late Charles Martin Newton, CM, legendary coach and NCAA figure, and a guy who took Alabama men's basketball in the modern day to the tournament 3 consecutive years. Alabama won SEC titles and able to get the Tide to back-to-back NCAA berths in the 70s. We miss CM. It's great to see Martin, who is, again, part of the NCAA tournament selection committee, and, again, the athletic director at Samford University. Brian Pasick, real quickly, let's take a look at our keys to victory presented by Ford. These are the keys on the defensive end, and with impressive power and smart features, great things can happen when you drive a Ford F-150. Bring home a champion today. See your local Ford dealer and sponsor of the Alabama Crimson Tide. I believe we are moments away from our national anthem, even though that is very different from what they said on the timing sheet. Not uncommon, as the Alabama Crimson Tide is still in the locker room, or I assure you they would have been out here. But this is a change that has been made on that schedule and a change on ours. So, BP, we will be there. Here comes the Tide out for the anthem. Able to get most of the players back out anyway. And we will pause in recognition of our national anthem as well. Great work by Tom Stipe making all of this very possible.
Respect. It's the name of the game. At this time, we ask those who are willing and able to please rise and remove your hats to honor America, those who support our freedom at home and abroad. Presentation of colors provided by members of the Cleveland Division of Fire Honor Guard. And now please join the Alabama $1 Million Band under the direction of Mark Hunter in the playing of our national anthem.
Job as always by the $1 Million Band. Now, Brian Pasick, we will now get to you sharing with us what you think are the keys to victory defensively for Alabama in this one.
Well, this is a really good offensive team in Robert Morris, and they're led by their conference player of the year, Alvaro Vulgaris, 6'9".
So proud of you.
42% from the three-point line. Alabama's got to do a good job against him inside and out. Also a guy that can really pass the ball. This is a Robert Morris team that does a great job of getting to the free throw line. They attack the basket, get to the line, and convert at a high level. They also shoot the three well. They've got athleticism. They also have veterans that can shoot the three. Alabama's got to be solid on the defensive end, play with toughness, but also play smart and not foul, because that is where this Robert Morris team has had a lot of success this year, is getting to the free throw line and converting.
Alabama taking on Robert Morris University. It's the first round of the NCAA tournament. The starters have been posted. We will have the official introduction of said starters and the tip. The first round of the NCAA men's basketball tournament in the 5th straight year. The Tide's been a participant. It's all coming up. Stay with us here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This has been the Ford pregame show. Ford, visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Crimson Tide basketball is also brought to you by Coke Zero Sugar. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Get ready. Alabama Crimson Tide basketball is next on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Are you sick of pretending to like boring hard seltzers that leave you feeling bloated? Tired of drinking the same old light beer? No time to make a mixed drink with all those complicated ingredients? Then it's time for you to try something different. Beatbox is now an official sponsor of Alabama and the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Packing an 11.1 APV punch, each Beatbox is bursting with delicious flavors. Beatbox is gluten-free, low sugar, and resealable, so you can always take the party on the go. There ain't no party like a Beatbox party. Roll Tide. Please drink responsibly, must be 21.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again, and it's time to hoop it up at Baumhauer's Victory Grill with our Slam Dunk Specials. It's nothing but net with a pound of our world-famous wings. Tip it off with our party-ready trays, including traditional wings, buttermilk fried chicken tenders, and hot lips, to name a few. Want a cold beer with those wings? How about $7.99 pitchers of Yingling served all day? 7 days a week. Break out those brackets and bring the gang to the best West party place in town, Baumhauer's Victory Grill, the true king of wings.
Sports bring us together. The sickness can keep us apart. Don't miss out on what matters most. Vaccines help keep you in the stands while we are on the court.
And the jam by Terry Reid.
Staying up to date on your vaccines, including for respiratory viruses, keeps you in the game, protecting yourself and those around you. Be here, be healthy. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM for more information.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
You know what I love about spring? It's the season of change, and that means it's time for a closet refresh. Enter Kohl's. With the extra 15% off they have going on, I saved on the latest styles for my entire family, like a cute dress for myself, linen shorts for my husband, and spring jackets for my kids. Just add sunshine and we're set. All thanks to Kohl's. Select styles, some exclusions apply. 15% offer ends March 23rd. See store or kohls.com for details.
Barbecue season is back. Hey, it's Ellen and Mrs. Sarah Beth. And a little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich is that zesty barbecue sauce. I love that it was a little sweet, a little tangy, and with the mac and cheese.
I feel like I tasted the brown sugar bacon first. It was the absolute best combination. Pro tip, 3 sandwiches are always better than 1.
Order the Smokehouse Barbecue Bacon Sandwich and our Coca-Cola on the Chick-fil-A app for a limited time. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Here we go. It's time for Alabama Crimson Tide basketball on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
To the trailer. 3. Bottom. Tie game. 75 all. 3 attempt block. I've already got it. He threw it home again. The big fella. The big dog. Eating big. He'll rise. He'll fire. He'll make the 3. The bank first 3.
Crimson Tide basketball is brought to you by Guthries, America's original chicken finger restaurant, a proud partner of the Crimson Tide. Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Conecuh Sausage, made fresh in Evergreen, Alabama since 1947, and now the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide. Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's to score superior protection from pests and termites. Medical Properties Trust, at the very heart of healthcare. Club Tales, the original cocktail in a can. Chick-fil-A. Download the Chick-fil-A app and win big this season. And by Ford. Visit your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide.
For the win. Ball game. Ball game. Ball game. Bama wins.
The madness starts now. The Crimson Tide, the Colonials. This is the NCAA tournament, live from Cleveland, Ohio. Now, turn it up. It's game time. Here's the voice of the Crimson Tide, Chris Stewart.
And happy NCAA tournament day to all of you. The Crimson Tide playing its first game, we hope, of 6 here in this tournament, but starting things off in the opening round against Robert Morris University out of Moon Township, Pennsylvania, a school founded back in 1921, fewer than 4,000 students, members of the Horizon League, and a team that has upset on their minds as the 15 seed taking on our second-seeded Alabama Crimson Tide. Alabama coming out of the toughest season in the toughest league in the history of college basketball, the Southeastern Conference, 14 teams advancing to this NCAA tournament. Brian passing, Alabama trying to get to round number 2.
Yeah, and Alabama with an opportunity to advance in this tournament with one of the highest seeds in program history. Just a couple of years ago, Alabama, the number 1 seed, went to the Sweet 16. A little disappointed in terms of what this team, or what that team could have accomplished last year. A 4 seed. Alabama ended the season struggling with injuries, got blown out by Florida in the SEC tournament, end up going to the Final Four. Now a 2 seed. Alabama, I thought, with the exception of a couple of Florida games, and I guess you do have to count those, but if you take those out of the equation, Alabama played great the last month or so of the season, some of the biggest wins of the year, and I think maybe most importantly, getting better on the defensive end. Now, did not see that against the Gators in the SEC tournament, especially in the second half, but this Alabama team slowly but surely has gotten better on the defensive end, and I think that is the key to advancing in this tournament. Alabama, the leading scoring team in the country, the fastest paced team in the country, led by consensus All-American Mark Sears. What an incredible career Mark has had, and he is capping it off from an individual standpoint of being named consensus All-American and has a chance to lead this program back to where he led it a year ago, and that's the Final Four. But although that is the goal, and Nate Oates has talked about wanting to get back to the Final Four, these players have. They want to win the national championship, but you can't think about winning 6 games right now. You got to think about advancing, winning today, beating Robert Morris, a championship team that's won the Horizon regular season tournament title. They're veterans. They are a confident team coming in with one of the nation's longest winning streaks. Alabama's got to be ready to play. Can't overlook the Colonials here today.
Well, all the talk about what Alabama might look like without Grant Nelson, at least according to what has been posted, says that we're not going to have to worry about that because the starters for Alabama have been listed: LeBaron Philon, Mark Sears, Chris Youngblood, Clifford Amore, and Grant Nelson on the official list of starters for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Although on the stat monitor, he is not listed, and it is Jaron Stevenson who is posted there.
And let's go back to the interview you had with him. And you asked a great question. He answered it. I thought his answer was interesting. It is Grant Nelson is available if needed. And right now it looks like Grant will not be in the starting lineup. And if needed, tells me that we're going to see how the game goes if Grant Nelson plays or not. Great that he's available to play, and we're not sure if we're going to see him here this afternoon. Hopefully his teammates come out, play well, handle business, and he's not needed in this game. But this, I don't think, is going to be as easy as maybe some predict around the country. These 15-2 games can be tricky. 11 times the 15 has beaten the 2. Hopefully that doesn't happen here today.
And I'm guessing the NCAA got the info wrong, in which they sent to all of us just a short while ago. But they have dropped the lights here at Rocket Arena. The NCAA hype video is playing. We'll let you listen into that, and then the introduction of today's starting lineups.
Good afternoon and welcome to the 2025 NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship. Today's game features the Robert Morris Colonials versus the Alabama Crimson Tide. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the Colonials. Starting at forward, a 6'7" junior from Cleveland, Ohio, number 3, Amarion Dickerson. At forward, a 6'9" sophomore from Malaga, Spain, number 7, Alvaro Bulgaris. At guard, a 6'5" junior from Hamilton, Ontario, number 4, Josh Omajafo. At guard, a 6'2 senior from Bessemer, Alabama, number 8, Cam Woods. And at guard, a 6-foot junior from North Little Rock, Arkansas, number 11, DJ Smith. Now the starting lineup for the Crimson Tide. Starting at forward, a 6'11 sophomore from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, number 15, Sharon Stevenson. At forward, a 6'4 graduate student from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, number 8, Chris Youngblood. At center, a 6'11 graduate student from Benin City, Nigeria, number 11, Clifford Amori. At guard, a 6'4 freshman from Mobile, Alabama, number 0, LeBaron Philon. And at guard, a 6'1 graduate student from Muscle Shoals, Alabama, number 1, Mark Sears. Introducing the head coaches for Robert Morris, Andrew Toole. And for Alabama, Nate Oates.
Well, finally, Brian Passing, we are about set to get things underway. The Crimson Tide taking on the Colonials of Robert Morris, their head coach Andrew Toole. Alabama's, of course, is Nate Oates. The officials for today's game, 3 names that we haven't called: Michael Irving, Evan Burrows, and Chad Barlow working today's game.
You know, and the officiating, I think, could be a key, not just in this game, but throughout the NCAA tournament, because a lot of times, most times, call a little tighter in the NCAA tournament as compared to the regular season. And the SEC was not only the best league in the country, it was the most physically demanding league in the country, a very tough physical league that they let a lot go. I think they may call it tighter in the NCAA tournament. That's typically how it goes, and we'll see if Alabama adjusts to the officiating, and it could change game to game. It usually does. Sometimes it changes within the game. Alabama's got to be able to handle that and understand these are not the officials that they've seen during the regular season, and they may have to adjust to it.
Robert Morris wears red. Alabama, the white uniforms as the higher seed, with, of course, the crimson lettering. For the Colonials, it'll be Dickerson at 6'7", jumping against the Tides. Clifford Amore at 6'11". Again, our officials, Michael Irving, Evan Burrows, Chad Barlow. I believe it's Mr. Irving who's making his way to center court. We'll step between the respective big men, give out some last-moment instructions, ready to put the ball in the air, and the NCAA tournament is underway, and the tap is controlled to the backcourt to our left by the Crimson Tide. Jaron Stevenson will bring it front court for Alabama, gives it off to Philon on the left wing. LeBaron will throw the lob, and throwing it home for 2 is Cliff.
Great backdoor screen, and Cliff Amore all by himself. LeBaron Philon threw it up where only Cliff could get it. He threw it down.
2-0 start. Alabama with the lead as the Tide works defensively man-to-man against the Colonials. Woods will bring it to the left wing. He'll throw a lob, and Cliff knocked it out of the air. Taken away by Philon, then poked away from him. A scramble, a loose ball, and knocked out of bounds. Touched last by RMU.
Great job defensively by Alabama. Got to be careful with the ball. Almost a turnover. LeBaron Philon didn't see the defender coming up behind him. Knocked it out of bounds, fortunately, off the Colonials.
Philon working it to the center of the floor. Drive to his right, kicks in the corner. Stevenson, 3, no good. Rebound snatched out of the air by Youngblood. He goes to the deck. They're going to call him for a walk.
Well, he let go of the ball.
Yeah, he didn't have the ball.
And the official was looking at him, and it would have been a walk had he had control over it. Or of it, but he dropped the ball as he was going to the floor. It was laying underneath him, and they called the travel mistake by the men in stripes.
No. 1909 remaining.
Nobody's perfect. I'm going to
perfect.
Give a little grace here.
That's
in
it.
The early going.
That's right. 2-0. Alabama with a lead. 1 minute into this one as Robert Morris brings it front court. Smith giving it off to Omajafo with the basketball, going near side to Smith. He got away with a walk. He'll circle away from traffic as Stevenson defends him. Fires over right side to Woods, the Birmingham native, working off of a screen. Taking it to his right, rising, firing, and missing from three. Rebound tip twice into the hands of Sears. Throws it ahead to Youngblood. Chris on the run out, lays it up and in for two.
What a beautiful pass from Mark Sears. Threw it to Chris Youngblood in stride, had a defender on his right, but was able to go up and finish off the glass and in.
Woods with the basketball, looking for Fulgaris, can't get it to him. Now to Omajafo. Omajafo looking. Dribbling now near the center court stripe, works it between the rings, now goes to the right wing. Stops on the baseline, spins, shoots it over the Bama big man, can't get it to go, and here comes Mark, running the other way. Kicking on the near wing, Youngblood fakes a shot, drives into the paint, gives it off to Cliff. He'll spin, he'll kick it out to LeBaron. Phylon with 18 to shoot, driving down the lane, got held, and that'll be the first personal foul on Cam Woods. I said Birmingham, Bessemer native officially. The listing for Cam Woods.
Went to Pinson Valley High School in the Birmingham area. A local guy from the state. You know he wants to play well anytime you're in the NCAA tournament, but especially against the University of Alabama, a team that he grew up rooting for.
Here is the Tide with Phylon directing traffic. Calling for a screen, slipped by Sears, who gets it on the right wing, now in the corner, Stevenson. Driving, cut off on the block, tips it off to Cliff, had his dunk attempt blocked, but they say there's a foul on Robert Morris University. They whistle that one on three. Dickerson, that'll be his first, and Clifford Amore will go to the line to shoot a pair of free throws, trying to add to an early 4-0 Bama advantage.
Beautiful pass from Jaron Stevenson. Pump fake at the three-point line, drove it inside, was losing his footing before he traveled as he was hitting the deck, able to dump it off to Cliff Amore, who went up, tried to throw it down, got fouled, and gets to the line for two.
You heard the ball go through the cylinder. Tom Stike provided not the string music, but the heavy metal appropriate here in Cleveland, as the second one is missed as well, and the rebound secured by Robert Morris. So he made one, missed the second, and here comes the Colonials with Woods taking it to the timeline far side. Gives it off between the circles to Omajafo. Omajafo, hounded by Stevenson, gives it back to Woods. He's big guarded by Stevenson. Woods on the drive, puts up a floater, no good. Tip follow, no good. Tipped into the air again, and it falls in. That was not tipped in, it was just tipped into the air, and the cylinder happened to be under it, and it's a 5-2 game. Bama with the ball in the lead. Stevenson had it stripped, taken away. Here come the Colonials. They'll drive in, the layup is missed, the tip is grabbed and saved by RMU, and then a foul's going to be whistled on Chris Youngblood, and it's evident early that the locals are favoring the 15th seed, which normally happens, as that one's going to be whistled on Chris Youngblood, his first, team first on the Crimson Tide.
Well, the 15th seed is local, only about an hour and a half from campus, and their fans and students have traveled.
They'll work it inside. Omajafo, fall away shot, no good for the baseline. Rebound claimed by Amore, and Cliff now will bring it himself to the front court, flips it ahead to Phylon. LeBaron at the top of the arc, working off of a screen, kicks it in the corner to Youngblood. Thought about a shot, gives it back to LeBaron. He'll work off of a screen for Mark, gets into the paint. Pump fake, tried to feed it off, and it's knocked out of bounds by Fulgaris.
Unselfish play by LeBaron Phylon, but probably one he should have gone up with. Tried to get it to Cliff Amore. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, but that's one that I think LeBaron could have finished at the rim.
Inbounds pass comes to Youngblood out high. He'll work against the defender, who will fire it into the corner. Stevens, three, no good, and the rebound controlled by RMU. Colonials bringing it front court with Woods. Woods looking to his left, gives it off to Dickerson. Dickerson back to Woods again. With the game clock at 16:10, the shot clock at 16. First half action, a 5-2 Alabama advantage. Smith will fire it back into the corner. Fulgaris from three, no good. Rebounded by Sears. Mark will work into the front court. Weaving through traffic, gets downhill, and a foul's going to be called on the floor. And that will bring us to our first media timeout. 15:54 remains in the opening half. It's a 5-2 score. Alabama versus Robert Morris. Good guys on top here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Domino's delivers game day across Tuscaloosa and the surrounding area. Locally owned in Tuscaloosa for 30-plus years, the team at Domino's is proud to be a supporter of Alabama basketball and athletics across the capstone. Domino's would like to thank our customers for supporting our local business for over 30 years. Make Domino's your choice on game days year-round. Domino's is proud to deliver your Alabama Crimson Tide game days anytime. Just visit RollDomino's.com. Thanks for your business and Roll Tide.
Craving a cold, refreshing cocktail to enjoy during the game? We thought so. Crack open a can of Club Tales, the OG cocktail in a can. Club Tales is 10% alcohol and packed with delicious flavor to fuel your team spirit. Why waste time mixing ingredients when you could grab a sunny margarita, screwdriver, or Bahama Mama that's ready to drink? Hype your game day with Club Tales, proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Find your closest cooler at clubtales.com. Must be 21 years of age or over. Moderation is the best action.
This broadcast of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship is authorized under broadcast rights granted by the NCAA through Westwood One. It's intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. Tom Stike, Chris Stewart, Brian Pasick, we are court. BP, what are you seeing early?
Good start for Alabama, even though they haven't shot the ball well. They've defended at a high level. Right now, the Colonials just 1 for 8 from the field. The one they made actually wasn't a shot. It was a tip. It may have been Cliff Amore, Jaron Stevenson, and maybe one of the players for Robert Morris kind of tipped the ball up as they were fighting for offensive rebounds. The ball ended up going in, but this is a Robert Morris team that shoots the ball well. They've got several guys that can shoot it from the three-point line. Alabama's done a nice job so far defensively, but one thing they've got to do a better job of is defensive rebounds. So far, 3 offensive rebounds for Robert Morris. Alabama needs to close out those defensive possessions and love the pace of play in the early going. Alabama pushing it, getting some open looks in transition. Cliff Amore got to the free throw line, not able to convert. Both did make one, but Mark Sears getting in the lane, making plays. He and LeBaron Philon looking to make plays at the rim, finding open teammates, and Alabama off to a nice start in the early going on the offensive end.
Can Robert Morris win if Volkaris only gets 1 shot per media timeout?
I don't think so. He's the Horizon Player of the Year, one of the best mid-major players at 6'9", shoots 42% from the three-point line. He did get open, but Cliff Amore made a great closeout, forced a difficult shot. That needs to continue throughout this game.
Darion Reed checking in for Alabama, along with a couple of Aidens. Reed has it on the low block, kicks it out to Sears on the near wing. Mark will drive, got bumped, played through it, shot it up and in, and Alabama leads it by 5. 7-2 our score with 15:40 remaining in the first half.
We'll call that a mid-range floater, but Mark Sears getting in the lane before any shot blockers can come over. The soft touch knocks it down.
They work it to the elbow, and Platt, is checked in. Now it's Wood stopping on the block, got cut off by Sherrell. Now they'll drive in, lay it up and in for 2. That was a nice quick move from Omojafo, and now Bama runs the other way. Mo Diabate hangs in the air and got it to go. What a move by Mo, and Alabama with 15:10 to play in the half regains a 5-point advantage at 9-4.
He exploded, then he slowed down, let the shot blocker go by, and able to finish in traffic.
Deep 3 missed by RMU, and Bama comes the other way. Here comes Sears driving, dishing. Mo, corner 3, bottom. How about Mohamed Diabate knocking home the bank first 3? He's got 5, and they've come on consecutive trips, and Alabama now with a 12-4 advantage at the 14:40 mark. Woods left alone, shoots a 3, and it just grazes the iron. Bama clears it, comes the other way. Reed ahead to Mo. Diabate giving it off to Sears. Mark crosses to his right, flips it in the corner. Ball missed by Sherrell. Rebound saved by Reed, but they say that he was out of bounds as he did so. Great Great hustle by Darion Reed, not able to save the basketball though, and possession will go back to the Colonials.
Great to see Darion Reed getting early minutes. Grant Nelson is available, is going to play if needed, but Darion Reed showing you that over the last couple of weeks he played well in practice coming off of injury.
Little jumper from 15, missed by Omajafo, and here comes Bama the other way with Darion bringing it ahead. Crosses to his right, that's going to be a blocking foul called on Omajafo.
Darion Reed has been missed over the last month or so of the season. Came back, played limited minutes in the SEC tournament in a couple of games, but been dealing with a leg injury the last month plus of the season. A versatile player, 5-star McDonald's All-American. To give Alabama much-needed depth here in the NCAA tournament.
Crimson Tide with the basketball, getting it to Sears. He will take it to the low block and then back it out to the wing. Spinning left, right, handing it off, and the flush for two. Darion Reed, his first NCAA tournament points, and Alabama now leads.
Of Darion Reed, but that was all set up by Mark Sears. Beautiful pass.
Woods on the drive, cut off on the block. A nice bounce pass. Dickerson changes direction in the air and got the layup to go around Sherrill to make it 12-6. Driving Sears had it ripped away and stolen by Woods, and we got players down on both ends, but Woods will work it into traffic against Alabama. Wild shot, no good, but the tip follow is good for two by Ryan Prather. Wild sequence there, but it results in a bucket for RMU. Now Reed the other way for Bama, giving it off to Diabate, trying to back his way down, gets into the paint, tough shot off the window, no, and the rebound claimed by Plett for RMU.
It's a good look from Mo Diabate, just not able to finish.
Woods on the drive, gets into the paint, gets underneath the basket, has to kick it out to Plett. Now they'll feed it off. Near side, Smith onto the left wing, back to Woods again. 12:45 to go. Woods driving, kicks it into the corner. Spot up three from there is good again by Prather. He has got 5 points, and it's back to a 3-point game. Sears on the drive, steps through, kicks it into the corner to Holloway. Aiden trying to shake free from Smith, brings it out high, hands it off to another Aiden. Now the one that shoots threes, knocks it home from deep. That's Aiden Holloway on the assist from Aiden Sherrill, the second bank first three of the game for the Crimson Tide, and Alabama pushes the lead back up to 6, 17-11, as now RMU will work it on the wing to Smith. He'll drive it down the lane, puts it up with the left hand, no good. Rebounded Sherrill, gives it off to Reed. He'll take it to the right wing. He'll now go down the lane. He'll step through, he'll put it up and in off the window. What a job, really jackknifing in the air, able to alter his body so he could lay that one in, and Bama leads it by 8.
It looked like he wanted to pass it, didn't have anybody to pass it to in the last minute to avoid traveling, threw it up softly off the glass and in.
Woods working off of a screen, fires it over onto the far wing. Prather cut off by Sears. It's deflected, out of bounds, they say. Touched last by the Crimson Tide. Nate Oates, looking good in a new sport coat over there, it appears, was adamant that he thought that one was deflected by the Colonials. Not so, according to the men in strikes. We got 11:33 to go in the first half of play. Bama 19, Robert Morris 11 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Producing championship quality lumber is not an easy process, but at Everwood Preserving, it's our only process. Wood treated right. Everwood offers top-notch pressure-treated wood for decks, outdoor structures, commercial jobs, and more that you can build your reputation on. When it comes to quality, we're on the winning team. Visit your local Everwood dealer today and discover the difference for yourself. Everwood Preserving Incorporated, the official lumber of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Build Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Today's Today's NCAA matchup was presented by Medical Properties Trust. Medical Properties Trust help hospital operators around the world unlock the value of real estate to invest in people, technology, and achieve long-term growth. Medical Properties Trust at the very heart of healthcare. Bama up 8 at the 11-13-3 mark in the first half, 19-11 over Robert Morris. Keep up with everything Alabama with the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app presented by Cadence Bank. Download it now for free at the App Store and Google Play. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Back in Cleveland, Bama up 19-11 over Robert Morris early. BP, if you didn't think you missed number 35, watch him on the floor when he's healthy, and you missed number 35.
Yeah, and number 35, by the way, for those who don't know, is Darion Reed, and he's one of the most highly recruited players in Alabama basketball history, and we haven't seen him in the better part of a month. He's been dealing with a leg injury, and what he gives this Alabama team is much needed depth, athleticism, a versatile defender, and a guy that can score. And it's been the guys coming off the bench that's led the way for Alabama. So far, out of Alabama's 19 points, 12 have come off the bench, led by Mo Diabate, who's been able to score at the rim, knocking down a three. Darion Reed with a couple of baskets. He's 2 for 2 with 3 rebounds. He's looking good. And Mark Sears, only 2 points, but 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Alabama pushing the pace. And although Robert Morris got off to a slow start, they're a team that can score pretty quickly. They have offensive firepower and just went on a 7-0 run. Alabama, fortunately, able to answer that and extend the lead.
RMU will inbound it for the baseline. Bama has made some changes since that media timeout. We'll tell you who in a moment. Bulgaris will give it off to Dickerson. Now near side to Smith, playing off of a screen. They'll shoot late in the shot clock. It just grazes the front iron. A scramble for a loose ball on the deck. Still scrambling. Tie up, and it's going to be Youngblood and Bulgaris who are involved. And, man, Jaron Stevenson got his neck bent just a little bit, maybe his forehead, hitting the floor in the process as Bulgaris was very much aggressive in going after that loose ball, and it was kind of an awkward spot for Jaron, but he seems to be all right.
Well, it was a great defensive possession by Alabama. Forced a late shot clock difficult 3, grazed the rim, but not able to secure the defensive rebound, and that one won't go down as an offensive board. But so far, this Robert Morris team dominating the offensive glass, out-rebounding Alabama 5-1.
The alternating possession favor the Colonials. They'll inbound it, try a 3 and miss it. Rebounded Cliff, outlet pass to Holloway, and Aiden will cross over. He'll drive, he'll dish. Stevenson on the drive, goes in, had his shot attempt blocked, and here comes RMU the other way, and Jaron is not getting up on the other end. He is in some pain. Here comes RMU on the drive, and they'll lay it in for 2. It was Dickerson who got it, and Stevenson in a lot of pain. He landed on his left arm, I believe. Nate Oates thought he got leveled as he went in for the shot. Not according to the men in stripes.
Well, there was a lot of contact as Jaron attacked the basket. I think the officials were saying that the defender stayed vertical. It didn't look like it from our angle, but because of the contact, Jaron hit the deck hard, and they're looking at that maybe left elbow right now.
You know, and he got popped as he got kind of bent over in that scrum on the previous trip down the floor. And then he hits his left arm and wrist, and he is in some pain. Yeah, it appears to be the wrist that he's holding. Clark Holter, the athletic trainer, he absolutely got fouled. It wasn't even close. He got hit across the body. He got actually fouled before he went into his shooting motion. And then did the wrist get pinned under him? Oh, he landed on it. Ugh. That did not look good. They're taking him back to the locker room. is out for that. Mo Diabate will come in. That's a bad no call and an injury on top of it. Here now is Phylon with the basketball for Bama. Youngblood top of the arc. His three is off the mark. Rebound tipped twice into the air by Mo, and then picking it up is Youngblood. Nice feed to Cliff, who throws it home for two.
And just Alabama's second offensive rebound of this game. Chris Youngblood with a hustle play and beautiful pass to Cliff, who throws it down.
21-13, Bama with the lead, 10-20 remaining here in the opening half of play. Smith with the dribble near side, goes to his right, fires a pass into the corner. Fulgaris will knock down a three. His first points, and Alabama's advantage is cut down to 21-16. A 5-point Bama lead. Here's Phylon on the drive. Goes to his left, goes to his right. Fires it back out to Mo. Another open three, another make. Bank first three, the second of the game for Mohamed Diabate, and Alabama with 9:50 to go in the first half leads it again 24-16.
When Alabama guards attack the paint, good things happen. LeBaron Phylon sucked in the defense, found a wide open Mo Diabate.
Cam Woods had a wide open three, wouldn't go. Rebound gets tipped out to him. He fires a pass into the far corner. Spinning will be Prather into the lane, needs help. Bounce pass to Dickerson, 15-foot jumper, rims out no good. Mo clears it, throws it ahead now to Holloway. Aiden down the near wing, looking low, nothing there yet. He'll cross to his right. He'll get to the right block. He'll stop. He'll fire it back out to Cliff at the elbow. Back to Holloway on the near wing. 15 to shoot. Whips a pass inside, and Cliff lays it in with the left hand. What a pass. Aiden Holloway. What a catch by Cliff, and the finish as well.
Beautiful pass. Alabama guards once again making plays on the inside, and Cliff able to finish.
Here come the Colonials with Smith circling away from trouble, getting into the paint, trying to draw contact. Leader gets up, rolls it in. Holloway thought that was a foul, didn't get a whistle. Now he'll work against Smith, the little man for RMU. He plays off of the screen. Does Aiden, now to LeBaron, driving down the lane, throws a lob. Cliff caught it, reverse layup in for two, and they cannot guard the 6'11" big dog underneath the basket.
Well, they can't guard him because Bama guards are getting in the lane. LeBaron Phylon getting inside, forcing help, leaving Cliff Amore by himself.
Fulgaris, a step back three, rolls off, no good. Rebounded again by Cliff. Outlet pass to LeBaron, who makes a great catch in front of us. Gets it into the front court. Works away from trouble, taking it to the left wing. Keeps the dribble alive with 18 on the shot clock. Left alone, thought about a three, gives it off to Mo, back to LeBaron. He'll spin away from a defender, stepping back beyond the arc, and finally they will call Smith for hanging on too long.
Alabama guards doing a great job getting the ball inside. Mark Sears, early on, he's been on the Alabama bench for a few minutes. He had 3 assists early, but we've seen LeBaron Phylon making plays at the rim, finding open teammates. A beautiful wraparound pass from Aiden Holloway. Alabama guards putting pressure on this Robert Morris defense, making their big guys make decisions. Do you guard the dribbler? Do you stay with your man? And Alabama perimeter players, once they get inside, making good decisions.
8:01 to go first half. Bama basketball leading it 28-18. Aiden Sherrill has checked in for the Tide as Holloway has it in the far corner. Gives it off to Sherrill on that wing. Hands it back to Holloway. He'll drive baseline. He'll get underneath. He'll shovel it over to Youngblood, but it was stolen away by Woods. Cam Woods weaving through traffic. Gets downhill, flips it back out to Smith. Fakes a three, goes down the lane, tried to hand it off, and a whistle and a foul is going to be called. Nate Oates wanted a foul on the bunny hop by Smith, a travel on the bunny hop by Smith. They did not oblige, and we've come to immediate timeout. 7:39 to go first half. Bama 28, RMU, that's Robert Morris University, 18 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Each Monday night, join us for Hey Coach, presented by Alpha Insurance. Live at 6 p.m. Central from Baumhower's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa. We'll talk Alabama athletics with Tide coaches and players, plus take your calls. Hey Coach is available to listen to across our radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as a video stream on all CTSN social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Hey Coach, Mondays at 6 p.m. on the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
Convenience is the name of the game at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University. Located on Veterans Memorial Parkway, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University offers just the right amenities for a relaxing getaway or a productive business trip. The University of Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Coleman Coliseum, and the Bryant Conference Center are within 2 miles, making any visit to the Capstone convenient. Whatever you're visiting Tuscaloosa for, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University is the perfect hotel destination and a proud preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide.
Back in Cleveland, Bama's up 10, 28-18 over Robert Morris, 7:39 to go in the first half. For comprehensive coverage of college basketball, tune into Sirius XM SEC Radio, channel 374. In your car and on the Sirius XM app, Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team, hopefully Bama, so cheer along. And listen anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/SEC Radio 2025. Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Brian Pasick. We are courtside in Cleveland. BP, great color analysis that I know personally. Once said, good things happen when Bama guards get it into the paint. The good thing is you're feeding the dog. Clifford Amore is unguardable, as Chris said.
He's unguardable because of what those guards are doing in Alabama, getting the ball in the lane, and Bama's got 12 made field goals. 9 of those assisted, 6 of those assists by either LeBaron Filon or Mark Sears. They're getting inside and making the right decisions, and the recipient to several of those have been Big Cliff Amore. He's got 9 points, 4 for 4 from the field. It's easy when you're catching, going up and dunking, and Alabama's perimeter players making plays at the rim.
Yeah, they're playing our song, and the NCAA limits how much of the pep squad you're able to bring, but got some Crimson Cabaret, some cheerleaders, and you can see, or you can hear, I should say, as we look across, I'm guessing about $120,000 worth of the $1 Million Band over there, but they're making some noise, and it's great to have them here. They work so hard, and great to see the spirit groups and the bands get rewarded with a trip as well.
There's not as many as we're used to seeing in Tuscaloosa, but they sound great. A lot of Alabama fans here in the building.
And part of the reason you don't see as many is because several are with the women's team in the NCAA tournament as well. We've got 2 squads participating in the basketball tournament, both the men and the women.
That is a good problem to have.
It is indeed. All right, RMU with the basketball. Bama up by 10, 7.5 minutes remaining before intermission. Omajaffo with it, near side, takes it to the center of the floor, plays off of a screen, drives right side of the block, now kicks it back out. 3 ball is up and good by Ishmael Plett from the Netherlands, the graduate student, able to knock down the 3 and make it a 7-point contest with 7:14 to go first half. LeBaron Filon giving it off to Aiden Sherrill, who hands it off to Mark Sears. Mark will drive, gets underneath, fires into the corner. They're going to call that a walk. And it may have been, but it was nowhere near as egregious as what we saw the previous possession from Robert Morris.
That's one where you need to jump stop. He wasn't able to. Took that extra half step. Got caught. He was trying to find Chris Youngblood in the corner.
Smith to Plett. Over to Vulgaris. Now near side to Woods. Woods, Vulgaris working against Youngblood. Barreling his way in the paint. Spinning. Shooting with the right hand on a beautiful reverse. And got it to go. Had the height advantage over Youngblood and took advantage there. Now here's Filon driving down the lane. Dumps it off. Mo got himself set. Laid it in for 2. That's a beautiful move just to stop and wait by Mohamed Diabate.
Yeah, once again, Alabama guards getting in the lane. And this time, it was Mo Diabate with the patience and the finish.
Inside, they'll work it, and Cam Woods, a tough shot, able to get it to go and cut Bama's lead back down to 5. But Mo will drive the other way. Lays it in for 2. He is fouled, and no, they're going to wipe the basket off. He was clearly in the act of shooting, and they're going to wipe that off and say that it's not an and one opportunity.
Man, if that's not an and one, I don't know what an and one is.
It's not an and one, there ain't one.
Great job by Mo Diabate to take the contact as he's going into his shooting motion. Another missed call on that end, going back to the Jaron Stevenson injury. He's still in the Alabama locker room.
Yeah.
Got fouled, no call, came down on the wrist. Haven't heard a report yet, but a tough call on that end once again.
Lob goes to Cliff, and he finishes strong.
And now 5 for 5 at point-blank range. Well executed. Underneath, out-of-bounds play, Cliff Amore with the easy dunk.
Bama scored on its last 6 shots. RMU has scored on its last 3. They'll work it outside onto the far wing. They'll work it to the top of the arc, and Smith, who'll pull up at the free throw line and knocks down the jumper from 15 feet. Alabama with a basketball and now working it ahead. Diabate front court. Muhammad playing off the screen from Youngblood. Mo trying to back his way down, fires it out. Chris from 3, too strong. Rebound tipped down and controlled by Smith. He'll fire it ahead. They'll get the run out and the dunk. Dickerson firing it down to cut the Bama lead to 3. But here's Sears running the other way. Mark calling for a screen, and he'll get one from Cliff. He goes left. He drives into the lane, kicks it back to Cliff, and another walk is going to be called on Mark Sears. That's 2 traveling violations on the first-team All-American. And I think he's going to come out for a minute with Aiden Holloway coming in to replace him.
Alabama not able to get back in transition defense after the missed 3. Didn't have good defensive floor balance as Robert Morris doesn't want to play with the pace of Alabama, but if you don't get back, they're going to take advantage, and they've been able to cut into this Alabama lead. The Colonials 5 out of their last 5.
Here's Robert Morris. Fulgaris handing it off to Woods. Hounded by Diabate. Woods will drive, step back, and now they're going to call a hold on Mo, who did not argue that one in the least. So Diabate guilty of his first. And RMU will inbound it. Omajafo will inbound right in front of us with Youngblood face guarding him. Bounce pass goes to Smith in the corner. He'll work away, and they're going to say a kickball. Oh, my goodness. It was kicked out of bounds by Robert Morris. They're going to say a foul on Mohamed Diabate preceded it.
Great to see Jaron Stevenson back on the Alabama bench and checking back into the game. Has the left wrist pretty heavily bandaged, but we didn't know if we were going to see him the rest of this game or the rest of the tournament as hard as he fell. Great news to have Jaron back in this one.
It is indeed, especially with Mo having picked up 2 fouls. Now they'll inbound it to Fulgaris, hands it off to Smith. Smith being defended by Stevenson. Now they go to Omajafo, who will drive, puts it up, blocked by Cliff, but back into the hands of Dickerson, who will bring it away from traffic. Has it on the near side, feeds it out to Smith. 4 to shoot, 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot, blocked by Jaron, taken away by Youngblood. Outlet pass, now to LeBaron. He'll drive, flips it right corner, Holloway, 3, short, and the rebound controlled by RMU. Now Woods will run the other way. He gets into the rim, hands it off Dickerson. Fires it over on the far side, Smith. Smith behind the back pass to Dickerson. Thought about a 3. Now they'll direct traffic and try to get a reset over to Woods at the timeline. Woods inside the arc. Stopping. Fall away jumper. Well short. It's an air ball. Taking it out of bounds. Bama, good defense there. And the Tide will have a chance to build on its 3-point lead with 4:10 to go in the first half.
Well, Robert Morris has gotten to a rhythm on the offensive end, but Alabama picking up the defensive intensity the last couple of possessions, getting stops, got a great look in transition off of their defense last possession, not able to capitalize, missing the open 3.
Phylon with the basketball, working to the top of the arc, drives, throws a lob, Cliff throws it down again. Fulgaris wearing that one for about the 5th time in this ball game, and what a game for Cliff. He's got 13 in the first half, 6 of 6 from the field, and a free throw to go with it.
And he is the recipient of some beautiful passes and great decisions by Alabama guards.
Smith Stopping, kicking into the corner. Fulgaris for three. Short. Rebounded Stevenson. Jaron flips it ahead. Youngblood in transition. Gets into the paint. Lost the handle. Scramble on the deck, and it's knocked away. Another scramble. Again, Jaron's on the floor. Ball still alive. A tie-up is finally going to be called as the scrum definitely ensued, and possession will belong to Bama when we come back. Jaron holding that left wrist, smiling though as he makes his way to the bench, and we've got timeout on the floor with 3:22 to go in the opening half from Cleveland. Bama 34, Robert Morris 29. It's the first round of the NCAA men's basketball tournament here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again, and it's time to hoop it up at Baumhauer's Victory Grill with our Slam Dunk Specials. It's nothing but net with a pound of our world-famous wings. Tip it off with our party-ready trays, including traditional wings, buttermilk fried chicken tenders, and hot lips, to name a few. Want a cold beer with those wings? How about $7.99 pitchers of Yingling served all day, 7 days a week? Break out those brackets and bring the gang to the best watch party place in town, Baumhauer's Victory Grill, the true king of wings.
Medical Properties Trust is proud to support the Alabama Crimson Tide, supporting our athletes, helping them learn skills like teamwork and perseverance will serve them the rest of their lives. MPT helps hospital operators around the world unlock the value of real estate to invest in people, technology, and achieve long-term growth. Medical Properties Trust, at the very heart of healthcare.
Bama's up 5 in Cleveland, 35-29 over Robert Morris, 3:22 to go in the first half. Stay with us at the half for the Toyota Halftime Report with first half stats, scores from around the SEC and the nation. And a quick chat with Coach Nate Oates, presented by Cook's Pest Control. BP, the old last four. How's Bama going to finish the first half?
Well, got to do the job defensively like they have the last 4 possessions for Robert Morris. They're 0 for their last 4, haven't scored a little over 2 minutes. They were getting into an offensive rhythm. Alabama shooting the ball great, getting the ball to Cliff Amore. He's a perfect 6 for 6, 13 points. He's been the recipient of some great passes. Alabama guards LeBaron Philon, Mark Sears, even Aiden Holloway finding the big man for several alley-oop dunks. Alabama having success with their size and athleticism at the rim. Defensively, got to close out some defensive possessions. Right now, it's been Robert Morris getting on the offensive glass, something they do extremely well. They've out-rebounded Alabama on the offensive end, 7-2. Also, 5 Alabama turnovers to just 1 for Robert Morris. Bama shooting 63%, Robert Morris 38%, but 10 more field goal attempts because of those second chance opportunities and Alabama turnovers. And Robert Morris, to their credit, they've been strong with the ball. As I mentioned, just 1 turnover here in the first half.
Out of the timeout, it'll be Youngblood, Amore, Philon, Stevenson, and Sears. The 5 on the floor for the Crimson Tide. RMU countering with Woods, Fulgaris, Smith, Dickerson, and also Prather as their 5. Bama gets it in to Stevenson. Ball's deflected, though, out of bounds, touch last by the Colonials.
Alabama fortunate right there, trying to lob it up to Jaron Stevenson. A couple of Robert Morris players knock it out of bounds. Alabama have to inbound it once again.
Tide will get it into Cliff at the top of the arc. He will hand it off to LeBaron. 15 on the shot clock. Philon driving down the lane. Tough shot, left hand, no. Rebound tapped out of the hands of Cliff, and the rebound controlled by Dickerson. To Prather, now to Woods. Woods back to Prather in the corner. Pump fake, drive, reverse layup, good for 2. Cliff flew out on the shooter. He went by him, and nobody picked up the slack. Now Bama the other way. Youngblood lets the defender go by. He shoots a 3. Bottom. A bank first 3. from the Tuscaloosa native, Chris Youngblood. And Bama leads it by 6, 37-31 with 2:45 to go in the half.
Pump fakes effective on both ends. This time Chris Youngblood with the ball fake, got his man in the air, one dribble to gather himself and knock down the three.
Smith to Woods in the left corner, trying to drive baseline, got cut off. Fires it over to Dickerson, top of the arc. Dickerson, a dribble or two, now goes down the lane. Fires a pass to Woods, fakes a three, drives in, right at Cliff, had it blocked. Ball stripped away, ball knocked out of bounds, touched last by Robert Morris.
Well, Alabama fortunate right there. Robert Morris fighting for loose balls, especially on the offensive glass. Close to a second chance opportunity once again, but ball goes out of bounds off the Colonials.
So RMU will bring it ahead with Phylon. 2:10 and ticking. Time left. Here the opening half. Phylon stopping, looking, handing it off to Stevenson. Jared with the ball, handing it off to Cliff. He hands it off to Mark. He'll drive left side, throws the lob, and Cliff again throws it home.
And that's a fourth assist for Mark Sears, finding Big Cliff, and he's never had 15 easier points. The catch and finish at the rim.
7 shots, all dunks, lobs right around the rim. Great effort from his teammates. He may have made one without a dunk, I think, early. Now RMU goes to Dickerson in the post. Fires it outside to Smith. Smith will drive right, and a foul's going to be called on Mark Sears. Mark was battling, trying to stay in front, but Sears is going to be called for his first personal foul. Team 5th on Alabama. 1 has been called on RMU. Officials talking things over with Dickerson.
Mark Sears with just 2 field goal attempts, but making good decisions. He's got 3 rebounds, 4 assists.
RMU basketball. They get it into Dickerson at the elbow. Now to Smith, who takes it beyond the arc, top of the key. Near side to Woods, into the low post. Fulgaris trying to back his way down on Youngblood, and they're going to call a foul on Chris. He's like, come on, man. Give me a fighting chance.
Alabama giving Fulgaris some different looks. The Horizon League Player of the Year, 6'9", skilled big man, but only 215 pounds. Chris Youngblood, a strong guard, giving up several inches, but playing tough on the inside.
RMU to inbound it from the baseline. They get it into Prather in the corner. Gives it outside Fulgaris. Stevenson now defending him. They hand it off to Woods. He'll drive. He'll stop. He'll kick it onto the right wing. Dickerson for 3. No good. Weak side rebound claimed by RMU. Ball poked away. They get it back. They flip it underneath the basket. Dickerson. He'll spin. He'll shoot. He'll score over Cliff Amore. Bama knocked each other off that rebound initially, and now it's back to a 6-point game. 39-33 with under a minute to go in the opening half. Sears with the basketball, working against Smith. Surveying the floor. He will play off of a screen. He'll weave through traffic. He'll get downhill, throws it over to Cliff, who couldn't handle it, and the ball gets knocked out of bounds, touched last by RMU. Let's see, Darion Reed's going to check in for the Crimson Tide. Let's see who he gets. Nope, they didn't get to the scores table in time. So RMU with about a 9-second differential, shot clock and game clock, will bring it front court and just dribble it at that center court stripe with Smith. Shot clock now down to 10 seconds. Smith goes near side to Woods at 8. Drives underneath the basket at 6. Outside Dickerson for 3. It's good. Timeout Nate Oates. The use it or lose it timeout with 11.6 to go. And a big make right there for Robert Morris as they make it 39-36. Timeout on the floor. We'll take the break as well. Bama up 3 late in the first half on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp. Refreshing. And ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Nate Oates with the use it or lose it timeout with 11.6 to go in the first half. His Crimson Tide trailing Robert Morris University 39-36 here in this first round of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Brian, Alabama with 11.6 to go in the half. What do you expect to see for the Crimson Tide?
Run the last shot of the half, take it with a couple of seconds to go, give yourself a chance for an offensive rebound putback. But you got to give Robert Morris credit. They battled back in this one, and they've done it. Getting on the offensive glass and making some shots. Alabama's defense here late in the first half, not as good as Nate Oates would like.
Not as good as he would like, although the play of Clifford Amore has been, by and large, 15 points, 3 rebounds, 2 block shots, and a steal in 14 minutes. No fouls, no turnovers from Big Cliff. He's done a really nice job in the post, taking advantage size-wise against that smaller Colonial lineup.
Yeah, Alabama guards doing a great job getting the ball inside on the offensive end. Cliff Amore, the recipient of some great decisions, some great passes. Alabama guards making the right decisions at the rim, forcing help. Cliff Amore ends up all by himself, but not able to close out defensive possessions. Got to do a better job rebounding the ball on the defensive end in the second half.
Hoping to do a better job indeed. It'll be Woods, Smith, Fulgaris, Dickerson, and Prather, the 5 on the floor for RMU. Bama countering with Holloway, Cliff, Mark, Jaron, and the inbounder, Philon. Bama inbounds it to Sears at 10. He'll work it against Smith at 8, at 7, at 6. Front court now at 4, at 3. Sears driving at 2, and a foul's going to be called on Robert Morris. It'll be on the floor, and that is their 7th team foul. And it'll send Mark Sears to the line to shoot 1 plus the bonus with 1.5 seconds remaining in the first half.
Spread the floor. Mark Sears not able to get free and get going offensively in terms of scoring in the first half. He's done a nice job of finding open teammates, but Robert Morris has keyed in on Alabama's All-American, just 2 field goal attempts, but a chance at the line for 1-and-1.
Aiden Sherrill will check in for Jaron Stevenson as Sears will shoot the front end of the 1-and-1. Bama's 1 of 2 from the stripe. Cliff Amore early went 1 of 2. Mark rattles the first one in. And Sears now has 3 points, but he's got 4 assists, 3 rebounds in 14 minutes of work to go with it. Trying to make it a 5-point lead. And he can't do it. Ball's tipped high in the air, and Bama can't get the putback up and in time. And the half ends with the Tide leading at 40-36 at intermission. Coach Nate Oates getting a swig of water, and now he'll talk with our own Brian Passing momentarily. Brian?
Coach, thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, we got to get some stops. I mean, it seems like every loose ball, they're killing us on their old boards, the loose balls. We got to get some stops, and we can't let the frustration of the calls or whatever it is get to us. We just got to keep moving the ball on offense.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, Brian. And thank you, as always, to Cook's Pest Control. They bring us Coach Nate Oates at the half. Give pests the full court press and call Cooks today to protect your home and business from pests and termites. At the half, it's Bama 40, Robert Morris 36 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek, Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek, Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ever wondered what a 30-foot tall pistachio looks like? A giant redwood or Big Sur? Chevron with Techron will be there to help you see them and tons of other places you have to see to believe. Because with unbeatable mileage and a clean engine, cars feel great. So next time you want to fill up on a little adventure, an awkward family photo, or a new commute to work, make sure to fill up at Chevron's along the way. Your car and your memories will thank you. Chevron with Techron, fueled by possibility.
Get deals on a new Toyota that feel like... Visit your local Toyota dealer for the Ready, Set, Go event. Get 1.99% APR for 36 months on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma Hybrid. Offer valid through March 31st, 2025. Zero down for well-qualified buyers with approved credit and financing through Southeast Toyota Finance. $28.64 monthly payment for every $1,000 finance. Excludes tax, tag, registration, title, and dealer fees. See dealer for details. Toyota. Let's go places.
Crimson Tide Basketball is brought to you by Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Club Tales, the original cocktail in a can. Medical Properties Trust, at the very heart of healthcare. And by Cook's Pest Control. Cook's, the South's most trusted name in pest control and proud sponsor of Alabama basketball. Welcome to the Toyota Halftime Report. Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
At the half, Alabama leads Robert Morris 40-36 in the first round of the NCAA men's basketball tournament here at Rocket Arena in Cleveland. The Crimson Tide and the Colonials in an entertaining first half. Bama getting 15 points from Cliff Amore to lead the way. Mohamed Diabate had 10. 4 points from Darion Reed, 3 from Aiden Holloway, 5 from Chris Youngblood, 3 from Mark Sears, who also had 4 assists. And playing and not scoring, Jaron Stevenson and LeBaron Philon for the Crimson Tide. The same for Aiden Sherrill for Alabama. For Robert Morris, 13 points from Marion Dickerson led the way. They got 5 from Fulgaris, 2 each from Omajafo and Woods, 4 from Smith, and Ryan Prather had 7. Also, Ishmael Plett had 3 for the Colonials. Bama on top, 40-36 as we continue with our Toyota halftime report. Visit your local Toyota dealer or explore Toyota.com today to take advantage of amazing deals on a full line of vehicles. And no matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. We go to a break here at halftime with Alabama leading at 40-36. Tom Stipe has more coming up on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
The Alabama Insider Podcast is the official podcast of Crimson Tide Athletics. Catch full episodes of Hey Coach and the Kalen DeBoer Show, Crimson Tide Rewind, Crimson Tide Today Daily Reports, plus full interviews from Crimson Tribe driven by NASCAR. Download and subscribe to the Alabama Insider Podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and all podcast platforms. Roll Tide with the Alabama Insider Podcast.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Convenience is the name of the game at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University. Located on Veterans Memorial Parkway, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University offers just the right amenities for a relaxing getaway or a productive business trip. The University of Alabama, Bryant-Denny Stadium, Coleman Coliseum, and the Bryant Conference Center are within 2 miles, making any visit to the Capstone convenient. Whatever you're visiting Tuscaloosa for, the Holiday Inn Express and Suites Tuscaloosa University is the perfect hotel destination and a proud preferred hotel partner of the Crimson Tide.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Alabama. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
This is Tom Stipe with your Alabama Power scoreboard update. Alabama Power for a better Alabama. Halftime from Cleveland in the NCAA tournament. Bama leads Robert Morris 40-36. Quick look at other games. One final East Regional. Actually, 17 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the ball game. 8-seed Mississippi State is trailing 9-seed Baylor 41-34. Again, with the win today, Bama will face the winner of the next game here in Cleveland. That game involving 7-seed St. Mary's against the 10th seed from the SEC, Vanderbilt Commodores. Other SEC members, Ole Miss, Florida, Kentucky, and Oklahoma will all be in action before the end of the day. We'll take a look at team stats next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Your moment has arrived. It's time to shed the normal day-to-day version of yourself and let your most fabulous self loose. Make your way to Wind Creek, Wetumpka, because whatever your idea of fabulous is, this is where you'll find it. Wind Creek, Wetumpka. It's your kind of fabulous. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello, Tide fans. This is Chris Stewart for Conecuh Sausage. Conecuh's an Alabama fan favorite we all know and love. It's made from the finest cuts of pork, their patented blend of seasonings, and smoked over a pure hickory fire for that true hickory smoked southern flavor. Conecuh Sausage is always great on the grill and perfect for tailgating. Pick up a pack and enjoy your family's favorite recipes at any meal of the day. Conecuh Sausage, a game day tradition, and the official smoked sausage of the Crimson Tide.
Sports bring us together. The sickness can keep us apart. Don't miss out on what matters most. Vaccines help keep you in the stands while we are on the court.
And the jam by Terry Reed.
Staying up to date on your vaccines, including for respiratory viruses, keeps you in the game, protecting yourself and those around you. Be here, be healthy. Visit alabamapublichealth.gov/IMM for more information.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Build Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, built Ford tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Line with the basketball, working to the top of the arc, drives, throws a lob, Cliff throws it down again. Vulgaris wearing that one for about the 5th time in this ball game, and what a game for Cliff. He's got 13 in the first half.
Leads Robert Morris at the half, 40-36 in Cleveland NCAA Tournament East Regional. The sounds of the game are presented by Beatbox, the original party punch, an official sponsor of the Crimson Tide with a lineup of bold flavors and a low sugar, gluten-free, and resealable. Beatbox has a flavor for everyone. Look for it across the Southeast for your next tailgate. Halftime stats, shooting percentage, Bama 61% overall, 40 from bank first, 3 land, 2 of 4 from the foul line for Robert Morris, 41% overall, 29 outside the arc. They did not go to the stripe. Team rebounding, Robert Morris leads at 18-17, turnovers Bama with 5, Colonials with 1. Again at the half, Bama leads Robert Morris 40-36. That does it for the Toyota halftime report. The second half is coming right up. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
You can find all Crimson Tide Sports Network video content online on the CTSN YouTube page. It's the home of the live courtside cam, episodes of Crimson Drive driven by NASCAR, plus Hey Coach. Our YouTube shorts will deliver thrilling Alabama radio highlights, plus interview clips from Alabama student athletes and coaches that you can't miss. Subscribe to the Crimson Tide Sports Network on YouTube for the very latest on the Alabama Crimson Tide.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy, with only simple ingredients, water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar, or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect's not easy.
Get deals on a new Toyota that feel like... Visit your local Toyota dealer for the Ready, Set, Go event. Get $1,750 in bonus lease cash on a new 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5. Offer valid through March 31st, 2025. Offer entitled $1,750 bonus lease cash on the lease of a new and untitled 2024 Toyota Tacoma SR5 gas vehicle. Bonus cash may be used only toward down payment or capitalized cost reduction on the new vehicle. See dealer for details. Toyota, let's go places.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp, refreshing, and ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
This has been the Toyota Halftime Report. Visit your local Toyota dealers or explore Toyota.com today. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places.
Bama's up on Robert Morris, 40-36. We are in Cleveland NCAA Tournament East Regional. What to look for in the second half is brought to you by Club Tales. With 13 original flavors, Club Tales is truly the original cocktail in a can. Pick up one at your local convenience store or learn more at clubtales.com. We got a little extra time here, BP. Taking a look at the stats, Bama shoots 61 from the field, 40 from 3. Rebounds are fairly close. Not a lot of shots on goal, but what do you look for in the second half? What do we got to do to make it to the second round?
Defensive rebounding, loose balls. It was Robert Morris who dominated those two categories. And yes, Alabama shot 61% from the field to Robert Morris's 41%, but they had 11 more field goal attempts. And the reason, second chance opportunities. Alabama is one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country, but only 3 offensive rebounds in the first half to Robert Morris.
Morris is 8 in the first half. Also, the Colonials did a great job taking care of the ball. Just one turnover. Alabama was pretty good taking care of the ball. 5 offensively. Alabama scoring 40 points, shooting 61%, 40% from 3. Cliff Amore leading the way for the Crimson Tide with 15 on 7 for 7 field goal shooting. And if you didn't watch the half, you would say, wow, Cliff is dominated. And Cliff has when he's caught the ball point-blank range. Now, it's been the Alabama guards making great decisions when they're forcing help. Alabama's Mark Sears, LeBaron Philon, Aiden Holloway, able to get downhill and force the interior players for Robert Morris to make a decision. You either have to guard the ball or guard your man. They're coming out, stopping the ball, and Bama guards are making the right decisions at the rim. The result, 15 points for Cliff Amore, his best first half offensively this season. But Bama needs to do the job defensively, get stops, and close out defensive possessions. It's been Robert Morris to every loose ball. All the 50-50 balls seemingly have gone the way of the Colonials. Alabama needs to play with more of a sense of urgency here in the second 20 minutes, and it needs to happen early because, listen, we know how these NCAA tournament games are when the higher seed, the 15 seed, starts to threaten the 2 seed. Everybody in the building gets behind that. Now, Robert Morris already has a semi-home court advantage because they're only an hour and a half away from campus, and we heard that from the early going. But as this game continues, as they keep it close and play well, crowd could play a factor in this game. Alabama needs to start off well here in the second half on both ends of the floor.
One thing that was good to see, depth is not going to be a problem. Good to see Darian Reed out there playing fluidly, playing really better than we've seen him in quite a while. Good to see Jarian Stevenson come back. The wrist is wrapped, but he was effective after the injury. And as we documented in the early going, Grant Nelson is available. Let's hope unneeded, but is available.
Yeah, in the pregame coach's interview with Chris Stewart, Nate Oates said that he is available if needed. And so far, I guess you could make the argument whether he's been needed or not. But we'll see if Grant comes in the second half. If this game continues the way it has, we may see Grant Nelson in this game. Hopefully his teammates can get the job done in the second half. But great to see Darian Reed, who's essentially missed the better part of the last month of the season with a leg injury, came back, played some minutes in the SEC tournament in a couple of games, and he's an important player for this Alabama team moving forward in the NCAA tournament, assuming you get past this game today. But he played well in the early going, and Jaren Stevenson gave us a scare as he went up, took the foul. They didn't call it. He lands on his wrist, his left wrist. He's a righty, so went to the Alabama locker room and came back heavily taped. Doesn't look to have great motion in that left wrist, but was able to come back in the game and played well when he did. So that's good news for Alabama, but right now it's about getting it done against a Robert Morris team who we knew would come in confident. One of the nation's longest winning streaks at 10 games. They're the Horizon regular season and tournament champion. They've got veterans. They've got talent. We thought they would come in confident. Going into halftime just down 4, that confidence is growing for the Colonials, and Alabama needs to put a stop to that early in the second half.
Well, it's all hands on deck in the NCAA tournament. It's well documented that it's a guards tournament. Well, we have one of the best guards in America, Mark Sears, number 1, first-team All-American. Wouldn't be a bad idea for him to go off against Robert Morris, playing, incidentally, just a few hours down the road from where he cut his teeth at college basketball as a former Ohio Bobcat. So we got some local flavor here as well.
Yeah, Mark Sears found open teammates, had 4 assists in the first half, but only 3 field goal attempts. Robert Morris did a good job against the Alabama guards, not allowing them to get loose from the 3-point line, but Mark Sears and company need to get it going on both ends of the floor in the second 20 minutes.
We're all ready to go. Nobody hurt here. Everybody full strength, including the voice of a first-round NCAA tournament win, I hope, Chris Stewart.
Thank you so much, Tom Stipe. LeBaron Philon, Jaren Stevenson, Chris Youngblood, Clifford Amore, and Mark Sears. Same five that started the game for Alabama will start half number 2, and we hope will start with a stop as Robert Morris will get the ball first to begin half number 2. They will again go with Woods, Dickerson, Majafo, Fulgaris, Woods and Smith rounding out that 5.
And it was Amarion Dickerson, the Horizon League Defensive Player of the Year, that led the way for the Colonials with 13 first-half points.
And a Cleveland native himself, as Woods will bring it ahead. The Bessemer, Alabama native, handing it off to Smith, who drives right, stops, now works back to the center of the floor. Far wing to Woods, driving against Philon, gets into the lane, runner is up, no good. Rebound fought for, scramble, tie up, and the ball is going to favor Alabama. Nate Oates not happy. He didn't want the tie-up. He wanted the outright rebound so the possession would belong to Alabama without having to be a tie-up situation and lose the arrow.
Yeah, but Robert Morris senses a little blood on the water on the offensive glass. They know that they're not getting blocked out. And they are attacking the offensive glass every opportunity and almost got one there.
Philon working away from Fulgaris, now working away from a double team. Gives it off to Stevenson, left corner. Back up top to LeBaron. Plays off the screen, goes right, goes left. Stops, kicks. Sears now splitting defenders, throws a lob, and Cliff throws it home. That was a long way to go to get to where they really wanted to go to start that offensive set.
And we saw success with that in the first half, and that's Alabama guards getting in the lane, forcing the defense to make a decision, and Cliff Famori, the recipient of an easy dunk.
They throw it down low to Dickerson, posting up on Sears. Out they go to Smith. He'll drive the lane, got away with a walk perhaps, and they'll get the open look from Fulgaris, who lays it in for 2. Sears coming the other way for Bama. The Tide leading it by 4. Inside, Stevenson, and Jaron throws it home with the right hand.
They give Mark Sears another assist. High pick and roll, Jaron Stevenson. His left wrist is hurting, but he threw that one down with the right.
Woods gets inside. Leader is up, no good. Rebounded Dickerson, fires it back out to Smith, to Fulgaris. Now into the right corner, Woods for 3, no good. Rebound controlled by Sears. Here comes Mark. Sears stopping on the wing, now driving down the lane. Fires it over to Youngblood. Ball being stolen away by Omajafo. He'll go in, he'll have it stripped. A great play initially on the part of Stevenson, but the putback by Smith is off the window. No good. He'll go to the line to shoot a pair.
Boy, mistake by Alabama. The steal and almost an and one opportunity. Great hustle by Jaron Stevenson. Tracking down the offensive player. Looked to have a breakaway layup, but Jaron Stevenson able to knock the ball away and goes right back to Smith. And he'll have to earn him at the line.
DJ Smith, a little guard, at the stripe, shooting 2. The first one is up, and that one is no good off the iron. Here comes Amore out, and Mohamed Diabate in to replace Cliff, who's had a big game offensively because of the lobs at the rim, but has not done on the glass what Nate Oates wanted to see.
You go back to the last possession, Cliff has been great on the offensive end, but could have gotten the defensive rebound, just didn't go after it hard enough. And the result, Robert Morris got the offensive rebound, and he'll check out.
Smith missed the first, but made the second free throw, and we've got a 5-point game, 44-39. Bama the ball in the lead. Here's Sears crossing right. Stepping back, deep 3, too strong, and the rebound is going to be run down by Woods and RMU. Woods front court for the Colonials. Working against Stevenson, driving underneath, and he fell, and they're going to say that Jared was the cause of that. Stevenson guilty of the personal, and that will be his first.
Cam Woods, the Horizon League Tournament MVP from Bessemer, Alabama. Got by Jaron, a little bit of contact, and when he hit the ground, the whistle came, and that'll typically be called.
Ball narrowly stolen away by the Tide, and in fact it is. Here now is Philon, ahead to Mark. Mark flips it to Mo, too far. Saved back by Mo into the hands of Stevenson. Flips it over to Youngblood. Corner 3, no. And the rebound controlled by the Colonials.
Great effort by Alabama. A couple of loose balls. Bama able to get those 50-50 balls they weren't able to get in the first half, but unfortunately not able to knock down the open 3 by Youngblood.
Fulgaris out to Woods. Woods looking to his right, gives it off. Omajafo down low, ball batted away, diving for it, knocked out of bounds, touch last by the Colonials. It was Dickerson, couldn't hang on to the pass from Omajafo.
And I don't think Chris Youngblood realized it was off of Dickerson. He went diving for the loose ball. Fortunately, he didn't touch it. Ball went out of bounds. If he did, it would have been their ball.
Bama 44, RMU 39. Moe in the paint, stepping around a defender and lays it in for two.
What a great play to avoid the charge. Robert Morris stepped in, looked to have pretty good defensive position, but a sidestep from Mo Diabate and able to finish with the right hand.
And Mark Sears now with 7 assists in the ball game. Woods left alone. His three is up and good. Bama didn't play over the top of the screen, and Nate Oates is livid. He'll get Clifford Amore back on the floor with 16:42 to go. Near side, Diabate to Sears. Steps into a three. Short. Rebound. Batted into the air and controlled by Omajafo. He goes in and lays it in for 2 points. And the crowd back in it as we've got a 2-point game with 16:25 to go.
Not a great look by Mark Sears. Off balance. Ball came right back to him, but it was Robert Morris once again, the quickest team to loose ball.
Phylon with it, top of the arc, driving right, kicking over to Sears. Corner three, bottom. Mark Sears knocks it home, his first, bank first three of the game, and the Crimson Tide now leads it by 5 with 16 minutes to go.
That was set up by LeBaron Phylon. Got in the lane, the defense took one step towards LeBaron, and Mark Sears in rhythm knocks down a three.
Mark 1 of 3 from beyond the arc. They throw it down low and then save it, but it's taken away by Phylon. LeBaron gets fouled by Omajafo, and I'm not sure that was a beneficial whistle for the Crimson Tide right there, as they were likely going to start a fast break with a numbers advantage. 15:44 is the time left here in the second half of play from Cleveland. Bama 49, Robert Morris 44 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
When the game is on the line, you want someone you can count on. At Alabama Power, we believe in consistency and having each other's back. It's our game plan to safely deliver the electricity you depend on. We give 100% to achieve 99.9% reliability. Learn how we power a better Alabama at alabamapower.com/reliable. Alabama Power is a proud supporter of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Back in Cleveland, where Bama leads Robert Morris by 5, 49-44, 15:44 to go in the ball game. The unexpected happens every day, and when it does, head to Kohl's and Kohl's.com for everything your family needs. Kohl's, where families come first. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Tom Stipe, Chris Stewart, Brian Pasick back courtside in Cleveland. BP, first few minutes of the second half, what are you seeing?
Well, Alabama doing what they did in the first half, having success on the offensive end with the dribble drive. We've seen LeBaron Phylon get in the lane, making plays throughout this game. He and Mark Sears both have been able to do the job, getting in the lane, making the right decisions. You've got Mark Sears with just 6 points, 7 assists. LeBaron Phylon hasn't scored, but he's been really good in this game on the offensive end. He's got 7 assists. So Alabama, with those two guys, 14 out of their 17 assists have come from LeBaron and Mark. Defensively, got to slow down the Colonials, get on the defensive glass. You know, that was a point of emphasis in the Alabama locker room at halftime, but
this Robert Morris team feeling confident, and they're attacking the offensive glass. Alabama, one of the better offensive rebounding teams in the country, just 3 offensive rebounds compared to 10 for the Colonials.
Youngblood will inbound it backcourt to our right for Alabama. Gets it into Sears, and Mark, who has set a personal best with 7 assists in an NCAA tournament game already. And by the way, we still got 15 and a half minutes to go. Diabate will hand it off to Holloway. Aiden brings it to the top of the arc, reverses back to Mark, drives the lane, no look past him. Oh, he lays it in for 2. 8th assist for Mark Sears.
And he looked the way of Cliff Amore, who's got 17 points. He's 8 for 8. The defense went toward him, found Mo Diabate for the easy lay-in.
Bama leading it by 7 now, 51-44. Colonials with the basketball. Prather throwing it down low to Fulgaris. Ball's batted away, stolen. Here comes Holloway front court. Spins away from a defender. Now to Mark. Throws a lob. Oh, couldn't hang on to it, and it's taken away by the Colonials. They'll come the other direction. Rising, firing, and missing the 3 was Dickerson. Fulgaris couldn't get the putback to go, and Mo will commit the foul. That will be his 3rd. Boy, a tough break as Mark threw what looked to be a perfect lob, and Mo just couldn't get his hands set, lost it through there, and then commits a foul on the defensive end.
Yeah, Mo normally has good hands, and that was a perfect pass. Should have been Mark Sears' 9th assist with a chance for Alabama to extend the lead, but instead it's the Colonials with the offensive rebound, getting back and getting to the line.
Fulgaris hits the first of 2. Mo will exit. Darion Reed will come in to replace him for the Crimson Tide. Ishmael Plett is at the scorer's table, and he'll check in after the free throw by Fulgaris if he makes it.
And Mo Diabate has been really good in this game. 6 for 7 from the field. He's got 14 points, but just 1 rebound. Got to do a better job on the glass, especially the defensive glass, where Robert Morris has been dominant in this game.
Fulgaris hits both free throws, and he'll exit. Plett will replace him. Plett had a 3 in the first half. Aiden Holloway brings it ahead for Bama with 14:44 to go, and the Tide up 5. Driving Holloway, reverse layup, good for 2, and now it's a 7-point lead again.
Nate Oates instructing his offense right in front of him, asking Cliff Amore to set a ball screen. That freed up Aiden Holloway, who gets the lay-in.
Woods trying to work against Amore. They'll throw it into the low post to Plett. Sears trying to hang on for dear life. Loses the handle, does Plett. Picked up by Cliff, hands it off to Mark. Sears in the front court. Working to the top of the key. Throws it down low. Cliff, a great catch in traffic. Then tried to find Reed and threw it away. Woods got the steal. Brings it front court. Woods working to his left. Gets bumped. Plays through it. Gets into the lane. Floater is up short. Rebounded by Reed, and Bama will push it ahead. Youngblood stops on the wing for 3. No. Rebound on the weak side. Play by the Colonials, and they will walk it up. 53-46. Bama by 7 with 13:45 to go. Smith with the ball. Driving right. Goes to the baseline. Stops. Looks. Needs help. Still cut off. Gets it out to Plett, who will pivot and then hand it back to Smith with 9 on the shot clock. Smith at 6. Smith at 5. Youngblood picks him up at 3. Throws a pass into the chest of Reed. It caroms out of bounds. And possession will stay with the Colonials with 1.5 left on the shot clock.
Obviously, Robert Morris has to go quick, but as good as they've been on the offensive glass, Alabama needs to stop and close it out with a defensive rebound.
Sears checking out. Nate trying to give him a breather before the media timeout at under 12. He gets Philon on the floor, joining Holloway and Youngblood. A 3-guard look with Reed and Amore in the post. 1.5 to shoot as they inbound it. Dickerson spins, fires, misses. Rebound tipped into the air. Run down by Philon, and Bama will come the other way, leading it by 7. 53-46. Bama, 13-13 to go. Philon on the drive. The kick into the corner. Holloway. Pass deflected out of bounds. Touched last by Woods of RMU.
Alabama guards on that possession, hitting on the defensive glass, starting the break.
Robert Morris able to stay in front of LeBaron Philon. He's been so good getting downhill in the lane.
Philon to inbound it right in front of us. We got a whistle, and a hold is going to be called on the Colonials. I think that's on Smith trying to stay with Aiden Holloway. Second on Smith, and the team second this half as well. Bama's been called for 3. Philon, the inbounds to Holloway, back to LeBaron, back now to Aiden, top of the arc. Driving, stopping, stepping back beyond the three-point line, takes it to the left wing. To Cliff, a dribble and a handoff to LeBaron. Stops in the corner, needs help. Bounce pass, batted to the air, goes right back to LeBaron. Steps through, kicks it out. 3, right side, bottom. Darion Reed, his first, bank first 3 of the postseason as the shot clock was about to expire.
That was a great job by LeBaron Philon. He had nowhere to go with it as Robert Morris calls a timeout, and Darion Reed has been good early in this game. Aiden Holloway pumping up his teammate who's been out for about a month. Darion Reed with big minutes in this game.
Aiden jumped on his back. Talking about Darion's to celebrate. Remember, Aiden, he's been out for a while, injured. Don't do anything to him. High five would work right there. Timeout on the floor. We'll take the break as well with 12:39 to go in the second half. Bama 56. Robert Morris 46 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Bama fans, this is Roger Hoover. Each Thursday at 2 p.m. Central, join us live for Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This live streaming talk show features the latest on Alabama athletics, with exclusive conversations with Tide student athletes, coaches, and media members giving their perspective on the Crimson Tide. You can watch on YouTube, Facebook, and X, with all conversations archived as well on the Alabama Insider podcast. Roll Tide with Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer again, and it's time to hoop it up at Baumhauer's Victory Grill with our Slam Dunk Specials. It's nothing but net with a pound of our world-famous wings. Tip it off with our party-ready trays, including traditional wings, buttermilk fried chicken tenders, and hot lips, to name a few. Want a cold beer with those wings? How about $7.99 pitchers of Yingling served all day, 7 days a week? Break out those brackets and bring the gang to the best watch party place in town, Baumhauer's Victory Grill, the true king of wings.
12:39 to go in the first round game here in Cleveland between Bama and Robert Morris. Bama up 10, 56-46. Coca-Cola Zero Sugar is crisp, refreshing, and irresistibly tasty. Is it the best Coke ever? Well, you try and decide. BP, I've decided that this is the oddest Bama box score of the year. Leading scorers, Cliff Amore 17, Mo Diabate 14. About a million assists between the Bama guards for obvious reasons, but this is odd. But the good news is Bama's up 10, and that whole idea of Robert Morris hanging around hopefully is well in our rear view.
Well, Alabama's the leading scoring team in the country. They can do a lot of different ways, and they have in this game. And offense hasn't been the problem. You know, Bama guards are going to make the right decision, and you got Mark Sears with an NCAA tournament career-high 8 assists. He hasn't scored like he typically does, but he's taken what the defense gives him. And if Robert Morris is going to let him get downhill, they're making decisions whether they're going to guard him or stay with the big guys, and they've decided to help out on Mark, understandably so. He's a first-team All-American. But Mark Sears, LeBaron Philon, both of those guys have made great decisions, and offense hasn't been the problem in this game at all. It's been getting stops. Alabama's been able to do that over the last 2-10, but Andy Toole, Robert Morris coach, gets a timeout. Bama needs to stop right here.
Colonials with the basketball with 12:33 to go. Woods with the basketball near side, directing traffic, goes to the top of the arc with the dribble as Cliff defends him. Woods looking to the left wing, fires it over to Fulgaris. He'll throw a lob down low, and laying it up and in for 2 is going to be Dickerson, and he is fouled by Youngblood. So they had the mismatch there size-wise, took advantage, and were able to get an and-one opportunity that would cut this back down to 7.
And that's why Andy Toole, the 15-year head coach, he's been there 15 years in the Pittsburgh area, and Robert Morris gets that timeout, able to set up a play. And Dickerson, known as a defensive player, the Horizon Defensive Player of the Year, gets it, tips it in, takes the contact, gets the roll, and a big three-point play opportunity coming up for the Colonials.
Dickerson trying to get his 16th point of the day to go with his 7 rebounds, and he misses. Long rebound tipped out. Aiden Holloway came out with a little man lower than everybody to get to that one as it was near the ground, and here's Aiden trying to work away from the defense. Gets to the elbow, backs it out to the near wing, takes it to the top of the arc, dribbles, fires a pass that's stolen away. Tried to hit Reed with it, but instead it was taken away by Dickerson. Now here comes Woods going down the lane, got away with a push-off, flips it up, no good, but throwing it back down is Dickerson to make this a 6-point game, actually, with 11:45 to go. Sears on the drive, kicks it to Holloway, corner three, no. Rebound claimed by Smith, and the Colonials will run. Here comes Woods to the top of the arc. Woods to Dickerson. He'll step into a three. Brick, rebound tip, fought for. Fulgaris takes it, gives it off. Dickerson on the drive, steps through, reverse layup, a beauty. Got it to go for 2.
Can't get a stop. Offensive rebounds have gone the way of Robert Morris all night.
Sears, 3, no good. Rebound claimed by Fulgaris, and they get another defensive board and can cut into a 4-point Bama lead with 11:08 to play. Smith giving it down to Dickerson, working against Sears. Dickerson, the Cleveland native, takes it to the wing, picks up the dribble, a backdoor feed to Woods, throws a lob to nobody. Taken away by Reed. Look out behind you. Reed gets bumped, and a foul's going to be called on Cam Woods. Nobody hollered wolf. He had the trailer chasing him, and we've come to the media timeout as Woods is called for the personal. That will be his first, check that, his second personal foul. 10:53 to go. Bama's lead down to 4, 56-52 on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's huddle up and make things happen with the only cards for T-Town. The University of Alabama Regions Visa Debit Card and Prepaid Regions Now Card. They're a win for your wallet and a big roll tide, whether you're purchasing stuff for game day or every day. Want to go all in on confidently showing your Tide pride? Order your card now at regions.com/GoBama. Regions, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees apply.
Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner of the Tide family for 67 years. The South's original potato chip Golden Flake Snacks are delicious fan favorites because they're crafted from traditional Southern recipes. From crispy, perfectly flavored potato chips to light and airy pork rinds and fluffy, cheesy cheese puffs, Golden Flake Snacks are a winning combination with Alabama basketball. Share Golden Flake Snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple, Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake.
Bama's lead is down to 4, 56-52 over Robert Morris, 10:53 to go in the ball game. ATIX says thank you to all ticket-holding Crimson Tide fans. Visit AAATix.com to find your tickets to just about anything, including March Madness. ATIX is a proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. BP, that was a little less than 2 minutes, and it wasn't very good. Robert Morris on a 6-0 run since the last time out.
Yeah, and it was a 6-0 run primarily because of their effort, and they have been so good on the offensive glass. Alabama, a great offensive rebounding team, but just 3 offensive rebounds in this game to 13 for the Colonials, and also points off turnovers going the way of Robert Morris in a big way. Alabama has turned it over 9 times, and Robert Morris 7, but it's 10-4. Robert Morris advantage on points off turnovers, so 23-7 in Robert Morris's advantage in both points off turnovers and second chance points. Alabama's shooting close to 60% for the field in the game, 24 for 41. Robert Morris only 41%, but 13 more field goal attempts, 22 of 54. They have been the aggressor. They're getting to 50-50 balls. They're getting to offensive rebounds, and Alabama has it, and they are right back in this game. They have the crowd behind them. Alabama needs to get it done on the defensive end, closing out defensive possessions, which they have not been able to do with consistency throughout this one.
Nate Oates getting Jaron Stevenson back on the floor, along with Darion Reed. Joining Aiden Sherrill, Sears, and LeBaron Philon. Mark's got the basketball out high, playing off the screen. Gives it off to Jaron. Throws a lob, and Darion throws it home.
Oh, what a beautiful play. High pick and roll. Jaron Stevenson able to take one dribble, draw the defense, and Darion Reed showing you that athleticism.
Reed tried to overplay and get a deflection. Fulgaris will drive in. Tied up, and the arrow is going to favor Robert Morris.
Great job defensively. Darion Reed with the alley-oop finish on the offensive end, and this time ties up the Horizon Player of the Year as he was driving to the basket.
Inbounds coming from Woods on the baseline. Gets it into Smith. He'll drive to the block, trying to no-look pass. It gets deflected over to Dickerson. Now to Woods with 8 on the shot clock. Woods in the lane. Stop, shoots. Blocked by Sherrill. Into the hands of Mark. Here comes Sears. Weaving, looking, handing it off to Sherrill. Back to Mark. Deep three. No. Rebound tipped into the air. Saved by Stevenson, but picked up by Woods. Throws it ahead. Fulgaris, and he'll throw it in for 2. Bama leading at 58-54, but hurrying the other way. Philon gets it into the front court, to the top of the arc with a dribble. Philon right side, getting downhill, stopping, looking, giving it off onto the wing. Reed will pivot, faces the basket against Woods, gets into the paint, shot attempt blocked, picked up Fulgaris. Here come the Colonials. They'll fire it ahead, laying it in off the window for 2 is Dickerson. Philon was there, but mistimed the jump, and the Colonials have made this a 2-point game with 9:27 remaining. Sears with the basketball, throwing it down low, caught by Sherrill, lays it up and in for 2.
Beautiful pass from Mark Sears, his 9th assist, and the finish in traffic by Aiden Sherrill.
And Grant Nelson at the scores table. He will check into the ball game on the next dead ball with 9:05 to go. If needed, apparently is now. Falling away and scoring. Omachafo. And we've got a 2-point game again, 60-58. Here comes Sears, stopping, looking down low. Sherrill, pump fake twice, lays it up, counted, and he is fouled. The freshman, Aiden Sherrill, getting an opportunity for an and 1. He's got 6, looking for 7, and Alabama leads it by 4. And here comes Grant Nelson. Also, Chris Youngblood and Aiden Holloway as Philon, Reed, and Stevenson sit down.
Nate Oates said before the game, Grant Nelson is available. If needed, he is needed. And Mark Sears making plays on the offensive end. Not a big scoring game for Mark, but a couple of big assists, both to Aiden Sherrill, who's able to finish and take the contact.
Free throw up, no good for Sherrill, and the rebound controlled by RMU, but Nelson deflected it, and Bama takes it away. Sears to Holloway, 3, no good. Rebound fought for. They're going to call Sherrill for a push. Oh, man, Grant Nelson making his presence felt already, but unfortunately, Bama couldn't capitalize. Nelson got a hand on that ball. It went off the leg of an RMU player right to one of his Bama teammates, but the Tide unable to get the bucket as Holloway's 3 was halfway down and popped out.
Yeah, Alabama just 2 for 10 from the 3-point line since halftime, and they've gotten some great looks.
Bama up 4. Holloway defending as Woods throws a behind-the-back pass to Dickerson. He'll drive, he'll stop, he'll spin, he'll throw it over to Prather. Back out Dickerson for a wide-open 3. It's no good. Rebound Fulgaris for 2 more, and we've got a 2-point game. Bama 62, RMU 60. Change that. Sears makes it a 4-point lead again as he drives to the rim and lays it off the window.
Mark Sears has had so much success in this game getting to the basket. Nobody picks him up, able to finish. Alabama's got to put some stops together. They haven't been able to here in the second half.
Down low, they throw it, they lay it up, they score, and an and 1 opportunity coming for Dickerson as Holloway was there and committed the foul. 7:44 to go. We got a ball game taking place here in Cleveland. Bama 64, Robert Morris 62, and a chance to make it a one-point game when we come back on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Each Monday night, join us for Hey Coach, presented by Alpha Insurance. Live at 6 p.m. Central from Baumhower's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa. We'll talk Alabama athletics with Tide coaches and players, plus take your calls. Hey Coach is available to listen to across our radio network, the Varsity Network app, as well as a video stream on all CTSN social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Hey Coach, Mondays at 6 p.m. on the Crimson Tide Sports Network.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Bama's up by only 2. 64-62 over Robert Morris in Cleveland. 7:44 to go in this first round NCAA tournament matchup. Tide fans in North Alabama and all over the state, the New Wave podcast meet and greet with Ryan Williams and Jalen Mbakwe has been rescheduled for Saturday, March 29th at Sand Mountain Park and Amphitheater in Albertville. Ryan and Jalen will now be there from 2 to 3. Make that note, 2 to 3 to meet Bama fans, sign autographs, and pose for photos. Please mark your calendars with this new date. Brian Pasick, like the sign says, in case of emergency, break glass. Coach Oates has broken glass. He's pulled Grant Nelson off the bench looking for toughness and rebounding, among other things.
Yeah, and Alabama needs stops and needs defensive rebounding, and the best defensive rebounder on this Alabama roster is Grant Nelson. We knew that he was available, didn't know if he would play, and here he is, and a chance to extend his college career. Alabama in a battle that I don't think many people thought we would have here this afternoon against Robert Morris, the champions of the Horizon, and they've done it with toughness and offensive rebounding. They have been dominant on the offensive glass, and now they're getting in a rhythm offensively. 5 out of their last 6, and the one that they missed, they got back and put it back, and now a chance to cut it to 1. And Dickerson, the defensive player of the year in the Horizon League, he averages 11 points a game. He's got 23 in this one, 11 for 21, and a chance to cut Alabama's lead to 1 at the line.
Nelson, Diabate, Holloway, Youngblood, and Sears, the 5 on the floor for the Crimson Tide. Dickerson trying to make it a one-point contest, and he does. 64-63. Alabama with the ball, bringing it front court. Sears coming near side. Driving, pump fake, shot, swatted out of bounds by Dickerson. And he stepped over Sears in the process. And the crowd absolutely behind the underdog.
Listen, Alabama hanging on to a 1-point lead, but the momentum clearly in the favor of Robert Morris. Great defensive play by great defender in Dickerson. He's been terrific on both ends of the floor.
Sears will inbound it from the baseline. Gets it into Mo at the elbow. Dribbles to his right. Goes left now. Gets into the paint. Lays it up. No. Tip out by Nelson, but controlled by Robert Morris. Looking for their first lead of the day. They get it to Woods, who will play off of a screen. He'll drive. He'll throw it back out to Fulgaris. They'll lay it up. Go will score, and Omajafo gives RMU its first lead with 7:05 to go. Here's Sears to Nelson. Down the lane, lays it up, missed it. And the rebound, Fulgaris. Nate Oates wanted a foul, but there was no whistle. Here comes Prather for three, no good. Rebounded by Mo. Let's rip and run, fellas. Bama down one with 6:48 remaining. Sears to the rack, lays it up, got it blocked, and a foul's going to be called on the floor.
And it looked like Dickerson got him in the head on the follow-through. Mark doing a good job getting the ball inside. Going back to the last possession, Grant Nelson took off, was trying to throw it down. Nate Oates wanted the foul. Didn't get the call that started the Robert Morris fast break, and it's Mark Sears going to the line. No, they said he was on the floor. My goodness.
That guy called it from the start that it was on the floor. They hadn't got much right, and that's not one either. 6:46 to go. Time to rally the troops. Youngblood looking to get it in. Throws it in and run down by Holloway near midcourt. Holloway off the screen, driving, getting into the lane, throws a lob, and Grant throws it down, and Bama regains the lead.
Alabama guards continue to get inside, and Grant Nelson goes up and throws it down. Alabama takes the lead. Need to put some stops together. Robert Morris 6 for their last 8.
Bama back up by 1, 66-65. 6:20 to go. Omajafo driving, walk. They didn't call it, now they do. He lost his footing as Grant Nelson pulled the chair out from under him. Great job by Grant giving ground. Omajafo was trying to lean into him to keep his balance, but Grant just got out of the way and the kid fell down. 6:12 to go. Bama up 1. First round of the NCAA men's tournament. Here's Sears trying to play off the screen. Driving, getting into the lane. Kicks it back out, Youngblood. Youngblood looking back for Mark on the right wing. Sears into the paint. Leans in. Tough shot. Got it. Mark Sears off the window. Double-double for him. 10 points to go with 10 assists. He's also got 5 rebounds. Now Woods the other way. Handing it off to Omajafo. Omajafo up top to Dickerson. Picks up his dribble. Now to Woods with 5:38 to go and Bama up 3. Woods taking it to the top of the arc. Woods being defended by Mo. Goes left, stops, looks in the paint. Holloway shot. No. Rebounded by Mo, and here comes Bama. Firing it ahead to Holloway. Youngblood, 3. No. Weak side rebound, Nelson. And he got held, and he will set it up for Bama to get in the inbounds play for the baseline. Fans don't like it, but that was absolutely the right call. It was right in front of us, and Nelson was held the entire way by the Robert Morris defensive player trying to box him out.
And one of the few offensive rebounds for Alabama in this game. They've been so good in that area all year long. Just the 5th, and Grant gets a big one.
Quick inbound. Samo lays it up and in for 2. A great assist from Chris Youngblood, and Bama leads it 70-65.
Nate Oates encouraging his team to get some stops could be the difference in this game.
RMU with it. It's Woods to his right, throws it down low, Dickerson, and Bama wraps him up and makes sure that he doesn't get 2. Dickerson still on the deck.
Alabama switched off and had Dickerson going to the basket with a smaller Aiden Holloway on him after the switch off. Smart pass inside. Grant Nelson, Aiden Holloway able to foul him and send him to the line, but Dickerson's still down.
Which means they're going to go for an official's review. Always one of our favorites. As we've gotten another media timeout, or not a media timeout, but a chance to review the play.
Boy, how good is...
And our review brought to us by Bromberg's, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. As many as we've had, you'd think I'd remember that off the top of my head. My apologies.
How good has Marion Dickerson been in this game? The Horizon Defensive Player of the Year has done it on both ends of the floor, averages 11. He's got 24. A chance to add to that at the line. Alabama's 17th foul. Did they say he was shooting? It looked like he may have been on the ground, but...
And why is it taking so long to figure it out? Because it was clear that Nelson was simply trying to stay off the guy at the end. But Michael Irving and Evan Burrows taking forever to talk this one over.
And after Robert Morris took the lead, Alabama on a 6-0 run in the last minute 42, but Robert Morris, chance to cut into it. The officials talking it over.
Hey, look, you can tell by the way they're standing there, this is going to be a flagrant, which is a tough break for the Crimson Tide, and I'll leave it at that. Tom Stipe will do his best to get us the call from the officials. They say common foul. Wow. It's the right call, but I'm shocked that we got it and that it took 10 minutes to figure it out.
Marion Dickerson at the line.
Usually, if they stick with the call on the floor, they don't huddle up and then go to each bench. But that's what they did, and it'll be Dickerson. Chance to add to his game-high 24 points at the line for two.
70-65 at the moment. Bama up 5. Dickerson's free throw is up and good with 4:58 remaining. If you're just joining us, Grant Nelson did not play until he came onto the floor about 3 minutes ago. He is out there trying to help the Crimson Tide advance to the second round of this tournament. Robert Morris is trying to play upset, or make Bama an upset victim, I should say. Second free throw is missed. They got 1 of 2, and it's a 4-point game. Sears directing traffic. Mark says, I don't need a screen. I got Fulgaris on me. Mark working against the defender. Goes to his right, and a foul's going to be called on Alvaro Fulgaris. He's got 13 points, 10 rebounds.
And that's why Mark turned down the ball screen, because he liked that matchup.
Yep.
And Alabama able to spread the floor, and Mark Sears took the contact, and that'll be the 17th foul on Robert Morris. So 1-1 coming up for Mark.
Mark at the stripe, hits the front end of the 1-and-1. 86% free throw shooter on the year is Mark Sears. After that make, Holloway checks out. Jaron Stevenson comes in to replace him, giving Bama a bigger defender on the floor.
Bigger defender, better defensive rebounder.
Second free throw good by Sears, who knocks it down and immediately says, I got Smith. But it'll be Woods that'll bring it up. Bama 72. Robert Morris 66 with 4:28 to play. Woods to the top of the arc. Stops, flips it over. Diabate got a deflection, but Smith ran it down for RMU. The shot blocked by Mo, and then he gets fouled by Dickerson.
Great job by Mo Diabate. Almost got the steal initially. The deflection and the block shot, able to stay vertical, block the shot, run down the loose ball. Alabama doing a better job. Get on the defensive glass, getting the 50-50 balls just the last few minutes of this game. Mo Diabate with a big play and a chance at the line. A 1-and-1 coming up for Mo.
Omachafo was the man who shot it. Mo got the block and then ran it down and got fouled. Personal was on Dickerson, his second. Mo Diabate with 16 points, 5 rebounds. but he misses the front end of the 1-and-1, and a rebounding foul is going to be called on RMU.
And it was Grant Nelson fighting for the offensive rebound, putting the pressure on Robert Morris. Grant Nelson making a difference in this game. Didn't know if we'd see him. Was made available if needed, and he was needed. And we see why. One of the best rebounders on this Alabama team on the defensive end, which is why Robert Morris very much in this game with a chance to win. This time it's Grant Nelson getting on the offensive glass. The officials huddling up, discussing it.
There was initially thought it may be hook and hold.
Yeah, that's a 1-and-1, the 19th foul as Grant goes to line.
So Bama missed one just a moment ago. Nelson trying to convert here. Can't. Rebound tipped out and controlled by Robert Morris. Had a chance to add to a 6-point lead, couldn't do it on 2 occasions. Bama missing the front end of 2 1-and-1s. Here's Woods with it now. Driving into the paint. Stopping. Off-balance shot. No good. Rebounded by Nelson. And Grant will bring it ahead with under 4 minutes to go. Nelson, the lob. The ball deflected and taken away by RMU again. 3 straight times Bama had a chance to add to a 6-point lead and couldn't do it. And the Colonials have it now with Smith. Fulgaris, a deep 3. No, and on rebound once again claimed by Dickerson. Stepping back, a deep 3. Up and no good by RMU and Woods, and Bama comes the other way. Sears in the paint, off the window and in. Dickerson called for the foul. That will be his 4th. Timeout on the floor. 3:24 remains. Bama 74. Robert Morris 66. The Tide trying to advance to the second round of the NCAA tournament when we come back on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Nobody beats me, Mark Sears, on the court, and nobody beats Cook's Pest Control when it comes to superior protection against unwanted pests and termites. Cook's knowledgeable and courteous technicians are expertly trained to get the job done right. Guaranteed. Call Cooks today for your free quote or to schedule a free on-site inspection. Roll Tide.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
At Red Diamond, we know that there's simply nothing better than the perfect sip of fresh brewed iced tea. And we've been working hard to make sure choosing Red Diamond is always easy, with only simple ingredients: water, tea leaves, and pure cane sugar, or no sugar. We make sure our tea tastes like, well, tea. Stop by your local cooler and pick up a gallon for a perfect sip today. Red Diamond. Perfect's not easy.
Bama 74, Robert Morris 66. It's an 8-point root canal. 3:24 to go in the ball game. Be sure and stay tuned after the game for the Regions post-game show with Bama coach Nate Oates. And don't forget, you can get your University of Alabama Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card today. Brian Pasick, Coach Nate Oates was looking for toughness. He was looking for grit, and he was looking for rebounding. He found the toughness and grit from Mark Sears and the rebounding, frankly. But Grant Nelson and postseason edition Mo Diabate have been the difference here down the stretch.
Yeah, Alabama's been making tough plays the last 3 or 4 minutes of this game. Robert Morris, who was on a major role, and they've had this crowd behind him all game long, but especially in the second half. Alabama needed stops. They've gotten it over the last 3.5, 4 minutes. No field goals for Robert Morris in that time span. They're 0 for their last 6. Alabama 4 for their last 5. And Mark Sears hasn't had a huge scoring game, but he's been great on the offensive end and an absolute huge stop and push. Mark Sears in the open floor, able to score over Marion Dickerson, who's been the player of the game for Robert Morris on offense, but a chance for Mark to take the contact from the Horizon Defensive Player of the Year and one opportunity. Alabama goes up 8, a chance at the line to extend it to 9, but Bama wants to close out this game. Got to continue to do it on the defensive end like they have the last 3.5 minutes of this game.
Mark Sears at the line shooting. One shot, trying to convert the and one that would give him 15 points. And he does just that. 15 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds for Mark Sears in 30 minutes of work, trying to keep this from being his last game. Now Woods front court, handing it off. Fulgaris, he'll try to drive. Nelson stays in front of him. Fulgaris spins, hands it off, and laying it in for 2 is Omajafo. 8-point game, 75-68. Or actually a 7-point game, 75-68. Here is Bama coming the other way with Youngblood front court. Had it poked away. Nearly lost it, but a foul's going to be called on Smith, I believe, or is that Woods? It's Woods at the bottom of the pile.
Alabama a little loose with the basketball right there as Chris Youngblood almost got his pocket picked, but able to hold on to it, take the contact as he was trying to get it to Mark Sears. Robert Morris did a good job after scoring their first field goal in about 4 minutes of denying Mark the ball, understanding that's where Nate Oates wants the ball, is in his All-American's hands. But now it'll be Chris Youngblood. He got fouled. Now in the double bonus, 2 upcoming.
First free throw good for the Tuscaloosa native. Youngblood, a 78% free throw shooter on the year. You heard Coach Mark Sears barking out what's coming from the RMU offense after Youngblood makes his second free throw to give the Tide a 9-point lead with just under 3 minutes to go. Woods hurries it front court, has it on the wing, picks up the dribble, needs help, gives it outside to Smith, working against Sears, drives in, hands it off. They'll throw a bounce pass. Fulgaris, jumper, 15 feet away, no good. Tip follow, no good. Rebounded by Mo, and here comes Bama. Sears front court, going downhill. Had it poked away, tried to get a timeout, and he did. Boy, he was right on the official, yelling timeout. There's no way the guy couldn't give it to him. And so Bama will use a 30 right there as Mark Sears comes up with another play that's huge, that frankly would not have been possible had he not been using heads up, in a great play that won't show up in the stat sheet.
Yeah, it's one of those that for any other player in America, you want to say hold the ball out. Alabama up 9, 2.5 minutes ago, want to run some clock, but Mark Sears so many times over the course of his career, sensing blood in the water, attacks the basket, putting pressure on the defense, tried to do it right there to either draw the foul or extend the lead to double digits. Took a little bit of contact, not enough to warrant a foul call, lost his dribble, and almost a turnover, but Mark Sears able to get the timeout and a chance for Nate Oates to drop it underneath the basket, out of bounds play. Got to be careful with the ball. Alabama's had some issues with getting the ball in, and it'll be LeBaron Philon bringing it in.
LeBaron looking to trigger it. Looking, and we got a whistle and a hold is going to be called on Smith as Mark was trying to shake free. If we were using the old school football tearaway jerseys, Smith would have had a handful of a souvenir, because the little man was indeed hanging on for dear life. Mark trying to add to Bama's 77-68 lead. First free throw up and good. Second try upcoming for the pride of Muscle Shoals. Made them both. Man, is he good.
Alabama hasn't shot it great from the free throw line, but they have made some big ones here late.
17 for Mark. Fulgaris over to Woods. He'll try a 3 and knock it down. Timeout called by Robert Morris. Morris, their head coach, Andrew Toole, using a 30 right there as well with 2:24 to go as the Colonials cut it back down to 8, and it is still a ball game.
Alabama has had double-digit leads now on 3 different occasions, and every time it's been Robert Morris answering with a 3-point play earlier in the game as they went on a huge run. Bama went up double digits about 5-6 minutes ago, and now the 11-point lead. Cam Woods answers with a 3. They get a timeout, a chance for Nate Oates to set up his press offense and want the ball in the hands of your All-American best ball handler, best free throw shooter, Mark Sears. But Robert Morris has done a good job of denying him the ball. They don't want to let him get it. But Alabama with LeBaron Philon, Chris Youngblood, Grant Nelson, Mo Diabate. But you want the ball in the hands of LeBaron Philon or Mark Sears.
Bama inbounded against full court pressure being applied by the Colonials, and Dickerson will semi-face guard Youngblood. They throw it in to Philon. LeBaron will hurry it into the front court. He will let traffic catch up, then goes baseline, looks, finds Nelson, fakes a 3 in the corner, drives to the rack and throws it home. He's fine.
He was needed, and he has produced. Alabama has flipped the script since Grant Nelson's been in this game.
2 minutes left to play, and Bama leads it by 10. Robert Morris on the near side. It'll be Woods trying to go baseline. Got bumped by Grant. That'll be Nelson's first. He's only played 7 minutes, but he's got 4 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal during that time, and the 3 rebounds I mentioned.
And he's drawn several fouls because of his ability to rebound on both ends of the floor. Robert Morris has been dominant on the glass in this game, which is a shock. But Nate Oates goes to his best defensive rebounder, Grant Nelson, and he's produced here the last few minutes of this game.
Woods misses the free throw. Rebounded by Mo. It's into the hands of Mark. They try to double team him, and they commit the foul in the backcourt. That's Woods, who clearly grabbed him. And that will be his 4th. Check that. The 5th now on Woods. So he'll leave the game with 8 points, 8 boards, 7 assists in 32 minutes, or 38 minutes actually. Man, what a stat sheet. Woods with 2 block shots and 2 steals as well. And his career at Robert Morris comes to a close, but not enough from the senior, we hope, as Sears converts the first of 2 shots and gives Bama the 11-point lead with 1:50 to go. Robert Morris led this one 65-64 with 7:10 remaining. But it's Bama that leads it now by a score of 83-71 with 1:50 left to go, and a near steal by Sears. But now it's controlled by Smith. And Mo just got called for a foul after he got hooked. Wow.
Yeah, that's a tough call on Mo Diabate, but can't put yourself in that position. Smith, about 5'8" or 5'9", the quickest player on the floor, not named Mark Sears, able to get around Mo Diabate. He initiated the contact. You mentioned a little bit of a hook, but that'll send Smith to the line. Not what Alabama wanted, a chance for Robert Morris to cut into this lead with the clock stop.
Smith knocks down the first. A little bit of a hook.
Alabama has not gotten consistent stops in this game until Grant Nelson checked in with about 8 or so minutes to go. And Bama has been great defensively and able to close out defensive possessions with him on the floor.
Timeout again called by head coach Anthony Toole of Robert Morris with 1:46 left to play. That was their last timeout, trying to talk things over and maybe make a final run at the number 2 seed Alabama Crimson Tide. What an effort from the 15 seed. And they are still in this game, but a 10-point Bama lead with 1:46 left to go in the contest.
Well, if if you get the ball in the hands of Mark Sears, the game's over. He's going to take care of the ball, go to the free throw line, and convert. But Alabama's got to make good decisions. We've seen plenty of 10-0 runs in under 2 minutes for Alabama and against Alabama over the course of the season. And Alabama obviously in much better shape than they were with about 7-8 minutes to go. And it's been defense, it's been rebounding, it's been Grant Nelson's presence in this game really changed it. And, that's not an easy decision to make by Nate Oates to put Grant Nelson in that time. And you think, well, you just put him in and he's going to help you. Well, you've been sitting over there for about almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
Haven't warmed up, haven't got shots up, and you come into a game that is as intense as there is. This is the NCAA tournament. Survive and advance. 19,000, almost all rooting for Robert Morris in this game. Not an easy spot for Grant Nelson to come in, but man, has the senior produced.
Bama's outscored them 19-8 since falling behind by 1. Inbounds comes to Sears, gets knocked to the deck, and they call him for a travel. He tried to step through a double team. He got tripped, and they call him for the walk.
Had the ball in the hands of the guy you wanted. Just unfortunately a rare turnover for Mark.
So Robert Morris with the basketball. Smith with it. Giving it off. Dickerson drives in. Floater is up. It's no good. Rebound fought for. Mo snatches it away from everybody, including a teammate, then throws it away. They'll hand it off, and scoring will be Omajafo to make it 83-75 with 1:20 to go. Bama trying to inbound. They throw it over the top. Mo gets knocked to the deck. Ball goes out of bounds. Touched last by Robert Morris. It was Smith who touched it last.
Well, I am not sure about that decision. Alabama throws a Hail Mary. They're going to look at it, and Mark Sears has got to figure out a way to come get that ball. Chris Youngblood threw it up for grabs, and Mo Diabate, definitely a size advantage over the smaller guard of Robert Morris, but that is a tough pass to complete. Three-quarter court pass up in the air, and if Mo could keep his footing, he catches it, gets knocked off balance, not enough to warrant a foul call. Ball goes out of bounds. The initial call on the floor, out of bounds off of Robert Morris, but they're looking at it at the monitor as we speak.
Another review brought to you by Brombergs, Alabama's oldest and most trusted jeweler. Again, we're getting benefit of the video up top, and we did initially, and I missed it. What'd you see, partner?
I saw it right after the ball went out of bounds, and they're not replaying it.
Heaven forbid you give benefit to the people who spent money to be here.
Well, either way, Alabama's got to close this game out. Mark Sears tried to split the double team, and maybe he got fouled, maybe he didn't, but got to be strong with the ball in that situation. And a couple of seniors making mistakes here late, giving Robert Morris a little life where this game should have been over. Alabama was up 13, chance to end this game, but Robert Morris, we could tell from what we've seen over the last couple of hours, they're not going away, and they haven't, to their credit. And Alabama leaving that door cracked just a little bit with 1:12 to play.
Look, we got work to do, I know, to get to the finish line, but should Alabama hang on, as they are going to say, the review shows that it is Bama basketball. I'll tell you what, I'll save it. I'll save the Grant Nelson question I was going to have for you for post-game. So Bama will inbound at side court right in front of their own bench. Youngblood will trigger it. Looking to get it in, trying to, does so to Sears. Mark being hounded by Smith, trying to dribble away from a double team. Throws the lob to Mo, the kick out to Nelson. thought about a three, but with 20 still left to shoot, no point getting in a hurry. He gets fouled, and that's going to be 5 on Dickerson. 25 points, 9 rebounds in this game from a Marion Dickerson, and the Cleveland native fouls out with 1:02 to go. What a performance he put in front of the hometown crowd. And the junior from here in Cleveland will leave with those 24 points and 1 rebound shy of a double-double. But it's Nelson shooting 2 for the Tide and missing the first.
Grant Nelson, 4 points, 3 rebounds, but his presence in this game changed where I think this game may have been going in Alabama's favor.
Second one, got a lot of iron, but settled through the net. And Grant will exit, and Cliff Amore will come in to replace him for the Tide with 1:02 to go in the ball game. 84-75, Bama leading it by 9. Maybe a stop away from feeling great. Smith, a deep 3 near side, no good. Rebound claimed by Mo, hands it off to Mark. And that was perhaps the stop that I was referencing. With under 50 seconds to play, Sears double-teamed and fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2 more.
That was a smart play by Mark to not give the ball up, and has such great instincts as a veteran point guard, All-American. When the double team comes, just has a sense of where to be on the floor, able to avoid it, and so strong with the ball, able to take care of it, take the foul, and get to the line for 2.
It's the first, and Mark now has 20 points in the ball game to go with his 10 assists and 5 rebounds. Second attempt upcoming. That one's good as well. And Jaron Stevenson's going to come in and replace Amore. So you got Cliff out. You got Grant out. And with 45.9 to go, Bama an 11-point lead, only 1 shy of its biggest, which was 12. Driving is Smith. Hands it off. Volkaris lays it in for 2. 9-point lead with 39 seconds to go. Philon gets fouled in the backcourt. And LeBaron now will go to the line as they call that one on Omajafo.
LeBaron Philon has made the right play the right time on the offensive end. Hasn't scored in this game. Just a couple games ago had 21 against Kentucky, but 8 assists. He's made the right play. I'd love to see a young player who's not forcing it, taking what the defense gives him, and a big game from an assist standpoint for LeBaron. A chance to get on the scoreboard here.
First free throw up and good for Philon, and that's amazing. His first point of the game, as you said, and just incredible that you get to this point of the game without him scoring. But it doesn't mean he hadn't been a factor as he misses the second attempt. 10-point Bama lead. Prather, a deep 3, no good. Rebound tipped into the air. Mo claims it, then loses it out of bounds. Touched last by Robert Morris with 28.4 to go, and Bama leading it by 10.
Yeah, you mentioned LeBaron Philon. Got just 1 point, but 8 assists, no turnovers.
Mark gets fouled by Smith, and that's going to be his 4th.
Foul on DJ Smith, his 4th.
While we got an opportunity, why don't we pause one more time, 10 seconds for station identification on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Sears at the stripe. First of 2, rims out, no good. Alabama is a squad just 15 of 23 from the free throw line, but made them when they needed to. Robert Morris, 7 of 11.
Alabama got stops when they needed to. Got some defensive rebounds with Grant Nelson in the game. And Mark Sears with a great offensive game here today.
Hits the second free throw. He's got 22 now for the contest. Bama leading at 88-77. Smith left alone will shoot a three and make it. Makes it a 8-point game. Tide gets it ahead. Youngblood to Mo. Diabate on the drive. Lays it in for two. 90-80. Bama by 10. Here comes Smith the other way. Being defended by Stevenson. Now to Plett. Hands it off. Plett gets it back. Lays it up. Got blocked by Sears, but a foul's going to be called on Marker. Was it Mo that got it? I think it was Mo.
I think Mo. Nate Oates asking for the jump ball, but listen, sometimes you just got to survive in advance.
No doubt.
There's a reason for that saying and cliche. It is true. This has not been easy, but it's not easy to win an NCAA tournament game, and this Robert Morris team has been terrific here this afternoon. Alabama got a fight, and they responded late with big plays on both ends to advance in this tournament.
Plett misses the first free throw. Ishmael Plett with 1.6 seconds to go will have one more free throw, trying to cut into a 10-point Bama lead. And he does. So it's a 9-point contest. Bama will inbound it, and that'll do it. For the love, let's get out of here. Robert Morris University gave Bama all it wanted and then some, but the Tide wins it 90-81. For round one, Alabama 90-81, a winner over Robert Morris, and the Tide will advance to play on Sunday in the second round against the winner of today's next game between number 7 seed St. Mary's and the 10th seeded Vanderbilt Commodores. Bama a winner, improving to 26-8 on the year. The Colonials have their season close at 26-9. Bama a winner. Post game coming your way in a moment on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Craving a cold, refreshing cocktail to enjoy during the game? We thought so. Crack open a can of Club Tales, the OG cocktail in a can. Club Tales is 10% alcohol and packed with delicious flavor to fuel your team spirit. Why waste time mixing ingredients when you could grab a sunny margarita, screwdriver, or Bahama Mama that's ready to drink? Hype your game day with Club